and Washington Freedom, captained by Stephen Smith. Fans, please rise if you are able and welcome Lady Kennedy to perform the USA National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, beautiful, rousing rendition of Star Spangled Banner to get us going on the final day of the regular season from Lady Kennedy. Superb. No doubt that we know our four sides that will be going to the playoffs, but we do not know their order yet, so a lot to be played for on the final day. Match 29 and 30 we have to look forward to. Kick it off with the Freedom against MI New York, and then the LA Knight Riders taking on the Texas Super Kings, the home side who'll be playing for pride only. And one big change from the last couple of days. It's still hot, but the humidity is up and rising big time, and the wind is down. So humidity levels over 60% today. And the wind, which has been very blustery, getting up to 13, 15 miles an hour at points the last couple of days, is much lesser. So there isn't that relief for the players. It's going to be tough work for everyone. You can see just a flutter of both the Lone Star Texas state flag and Star Spangled Banner itself. But a great time of things across all four legs of the competition so far. Such good cricket. And the group stages, I'm sure, are going to finish with a bang here, as we find out who will get two chances to go to that grand final next Saturday at the Oakland Coliseum. We'll all be traveling on the bandwagon across to the West Coast tomorrow. Maxwell back into the side, which is a good sign ahead of those playoffs. Yes, hello and welcome to wherever you're watching us from, whether it's here in America or in any corner of the world. Cricket fans, get ready for a fantastic final day of the regular season of Cognizant Major League Cricket Season 4. As MI New York take on the Washington Freedom, we're going to see Mayank Patel open the batting. Has not had the season that he would have liked, but he's got a chance to put that right both today and in the postseason that will follow. And he'll have a change in his opening partner. From the last match, Ryan Rickleton opened in the previous two games. Today, it's back to his fellow South African Quinton de Kock, and brought back into the side Glenn Maxwell, who's hardly played this season, just a couple of appearances. He'll actually be given a new ball to bowl some off spin, just to maybe get through one over at the top. The countdown is ready. In 3, 2, 1, let's get it on for the final time on a Super Sunday here at Grand Prairie. And that is not the start you want. It'll be 5 wides down the leg side. A bit of turn on offer. Slow through the air. Umpire Shane Samuels extends his arms. 4 extras to go alongside at 5 in total. As House unable to get any glove on it, as I welcome Danny Morrison.
Hello, Andrew Leonard and everyone. Yeah, this is not great at all from Maxie, Glenn Maxwell that is. He's finally getting a go. Back playing, and that's another one. Here's an action replay, except they've got Netravelka nice and fine. He's had to be because a little bit rusty here, I think, the Victorian.
Well, you'll see at the bottom of your left of your screen there, Daniel. Yet to be a ball bowled. A legal one, that is. 7 on the board.
Shocker.
So a 7-run handicap before they even started, and not the start that anyone from the Freedom would have wanted. Come around the wicket now. More like it, but driven down the ground for a single as the first runs of the bat. They go to Quinton de Kock.
Well, he should be itching out of his skin here, Glenn Maxwell. He just simply hasn't played much at all for the Washington Freedom, and here's the opportunity to make amends. You think about the surface here, the nature of it. It's an afternoon game. It's going to grip a little, so it suits Maxwell's expertise. His off spin, that is.
Yeah, just the 3 appearances this season for him. 2 first ball ducks. Clean bowled by Bartman against the Orcas, and then Jesse Singh against the Orcas again. That's what we've got to play for today. 3 teams are all stuck together on 10 points each. The winners will have a chance of getting first v second, but not guaranteed it, because we'll see the Knight Riders in action later on against the Texas Super Kings. And just had confirmation that 7 without a ball being bowled, an MLC record. Never happened before.
Outside.
Well, you mentioned the breeze, and the forecast is there's supposed to be a bit of Duke of Spain, a bit of rain. So that's what I was speaking to some of the curators here at Grand Prairie, and that's the problem. 10 for none after 1.
Really is a favoured term of cricketers, club cricketers, grade cricketers around the world. I think particularly in the likes of the UK and Ireland and New Zealand, other parts that gets it, some heavy rain. Duke of Spain. Yeah, we could have a thunderstorm later on at about 5:30, 6 o'clock is what they're talking about. But we've had those forecasts before here, and it hasn't happened at all. But it is boiling up the heat. We might get something later on. It's a shame it's going to be the last day for us this season at this beautiful ground, because it looks a picture yet again. Sarav Netravalkar will open the bowling from the racecourse end. But he came back so well in that last contest that the Freedom won.
And Netravalkar, and saw him, he was marking his run up and was about to do the pitch report with Ian Holland. I said, mate, good luck today on there. Should be all right, really, because you've got such a lovely array of slower balls. And spoke with Trent Bolt. He too said, yeah, hey, old Dan, old man, what are your theories on this T20 bowling? And a lot of us are going around like a pinball machine. It's not that easy these days. I said, well, you've got to have about 5 or 6 slower balls up your sleeve, don't you? At least.
Fielder there, straight to him, and it's taken. Good catch, very well judged by Ben Dwarshuis. Netravalkar strikes in his opening over.
Oh, Benny, you beauty. It is a very athletic catch, and you think, oh, look, it's lobbed up. You've got to make a lot of ground, and he had to, Ben Dwarshuis. In the end, made it look easy, but it's dropping on you very quickly. Glary skies, got the sunglasses on, needed them, and it is the big fish of QDK. Quinton de Kock gone for a brace, and it's the first one down at 10.
Nicholas Pooran, the captain, walks out to the crease earlier than he would have liked, but it's something he's got accustomed to this season, Danny. Lowest average partnership for the opening wicket of any team this season is MI New York. Good numbers across the career for Nicholas Pooran in MLC, 40 matches, striking at 136, including that famous century in the final of this innings in season 1.
Yeah, well, I've got to say I'm a bit disappointed it's 136. He's a 150 guy because he bats in 1, 2 or 3, and we can appreciate that. Better players have to face more deliveries, and so there was a time when we got on his case here on comms, the Caribbean Premier League, and that he needed to do this job, either open the innings. But I get with Manik Patel, as we just check out Dorcas's fabulous effort. Yeah, I just think Nicky P is such a great asset. He's one of the best players in the world of T20 in this format. So you want your best players dominating, and particularly inside the first 6 overs. You mentioned Lenny, he's in earlier than he'd like, but look, he can make hay in the first 36 deliveries.
Just angling down. Yeah, he's in earlier than he would like, but it's happening again and again and again this season. Here's our 2 standing umpires. Bowling end here, we got Gregory Brathwaite standing in his 174th T20 match. That's at the racecourse end. Joining him, Shane Samuels, who's a really good season. Promising umpire who continues to impress. 25th game today for him, quarter of a century up. Slip in place, 3 men behind square and the offside for Manik Patel. And that's why they're there. And somehow he finds a gap between the 3 of them. It will race to the rope for 4.
Teapot from Steve Smith. He'll be a little frustrated. Probably net Travalco a lot more. Yeah, another occasion that goes to hand. But it's split that gap rather beautifully. Couldn't have played it any better. I'm with you, netters. Rip some hair out, Chief. 4 more.
Definitely a tactic from the former captain of USA to the current captain, trying to get him to drive at one and nick off. Instead, he gets a single. 2 bowled, 16 for 1. Yeah, when you think of the potential of some rain, Danny, we've been blessed, haven't we, all season? Got through every game so far.
Yeah, long may it continue. Not a fan of sitting around and picking your nose. It really is bore or snore. And, the weather gods, yeah, they can make life a little tricky. But, yeah, there's 3 changes to MI, and just the one, Glenn Maxwell, who hasn't endeared himself just yet.
Yeah, confirmation of those 4 changes. 3 for the men in blue, just the 1 for the Freedom. And Maxwell, the man back in, will bowl his second. Just to give you a sense as to how much that opening partnership is struggling. 17 they're averaging this year for the opening wickets. And that's 12 lower than any other side in season 4. Patel's got just 118 runs to his name. De Kock 147. Rickleton, who has tried up there, just a couple of innings. And this is Manik Patel, who was the leading run scorer last season. So something that was a real strength and asset for MI New York last year has become a hindrance. And Pooran is basically walking out to the crease in almost every match at some point during the Lexus power play.
Skids, no real turn. Again, it's a much better line and length. He just hones in on the stumps there, Maxwell. That's what it's all about, shutting down the angles and restricting the scoring. So get 1, and this will be interesting now in terms of Manik Patel can do. Just in that, there's a bit of room. Just get a bit too straight here. Maxwell. Lines hasn't been great to start against the right-hander.
It is funny when you get into that rut of lower scores like we saw there for Madank Patel. Confidence can just go out the window. Usually such a stylish player, but he's been getting out in ways I've never seen him get out in before, exposing his stumps, being bold in LBW. Maybe trying to go a little bit too hard at times.
Wee little chat from the skipper. Saying, hey, listen, Mono, be patient. There's only one to go here. Do not get out here. Even if it's a dot, I do not want you surrendering and getting out and doing something silly.
End of the third, 19 for 1.
So change of bowler, left arm over.
Here's our Lexus team standings. 2 games left. And a scramble for the top 2. Unicorns are looking good. Here's Ben Dwarshuis. He was quite brilliant in terms of that batting cameo and the power that he possesses to play a huge role in making sure the Freedom got back to a 4th consecutive postseason run.
Indeed. 16 ball stay, got 38 not out. It was the difference in finishing things off. Those 3 sixes and 2 fours, electrifying from Dwarshuis. He struck at 237 and a bit.
Should be a couple. He's a broad-shouldered, stocky man. He looks like someone who could belong on a rugby field. And he used all that power to great effect.
Yeah, good levers. And he's been in the gym recent years. And not all about brutality. He's got some real class about him. That one he thumped and bludgeoned, and that too. Took on Milne and won. Very good victory.
Get home comfortably, and Smith does well to back up. Gets an apology and a smile from Mitchell Owen. It's not how to stay on the right side of your skipper. A wild throw there.
This is how you back up. There's that experience there from the captain. Apologies from Big Mitch Owen. So, mate, they're called stumps. You aim at those 3 things in the ground.
Helped around the corner. Good diving stop. Excellent, Superman-esque. Really good. And that's 3 runs saved.
Yeah, good effort. That's what you want. Commitment. Need to be inside the power play big time. It's the challenging time for the fielding side.
Really trying to get himself going, isn't he? Just can't find a way to get any rhythm or fluency or timing to his batting right now.
Yeah, I'm just looking from our comm box back up the other end there. See, look, they're slightly angled, so it's subtly different. Normally it comes just on the other diagonal and it comes through the other light tower. So on the left of your screen coming from there is our camera crew of the Brollies on an angle through there. And so it's very different today. They'll take one and be happy. Only 5 off the 4th, and it's 24 for 1 now.
Glenn Maxwell continuing for a third consecutive over. Let's go down to Aman Patel.
World-class commentary in Dallas, Texas. Well, those are kind words, but you look at the names at the bottom, you say absolutely. Robin Uttapa, Nikhil Uttam-Chandani, Danny Morrison, Pami Mbangwa, Liam Plunkett. Don't forget about Andrew Leonard and Nika Kolan up there as well. Brilliant signs what we have going on in Major League Cricket. As you see, one hits into the offside for a single, but it's the people behind the signs that are always so great. Guys, talk to me. There's two separate ones here. How did you guys come about making these?
Yeah, we are big MLC fans, and we always come turn up over here. We just thought of, like, you know, putting the cricket theme as well as the Dallas downtown theme into this, and we are really, really thankful for MLC to bring down the cricket and these international stars and great commentary team to our hometown, Dallas. And, you know, we just wanted to thank again, you know, for bringing so much of entertainment. We think that the cricket is one game which really unites us, you know, and bring a new dimension to American sports fanfare too. So we are really thankful, and we tried our all best to put our thought process into this, and thanking the names that we always wear for, you know, and we hear them over the TV as well as we see them on the end. So thank you so much. And we couldn't put all the names, but we are also thankful to Aman and Anika too, and Andrew definitely, as you said, for the great commentating on this one. Thank you so much.
We're thankful for you guys because this is brilliant. This is what Major League is all about. Govish, you've got, what's that, an MI New York shirt on and a Washington Freedom hat on. Well, hold that hat up high because the Freedom has just delivered yet another wicket.
It's the second time Glenn Maxwell has got Monarch Patel this season. He's so adaptable, can bowl anywhere in an innings. This is a huge wicket.
Yeah, so good to see the battle between an off spinner and a righty bat, and that would be a Cognizant clutch catch in the end. Disappointment for Monarch Patel. A little bit of back and forth in that over between Glenn Maxwell and Monarch. Just getting that boundary a bit earlier. There he goes, walking off. Patel out for 17, New York 31 for 2.
I'll tell you what, we've just seen the wicket. Govish would be happy with that, maybe half happy because he's got both the shirt and the hat. But he'll be happy. He's got a couple signatures already. The rest of the game's got to get down. Robin, Nikhil, Danny, Pami, Liam's not here, but Anika filling his place. Let's get this one signed out. We're thankful for you guys for making our Major League experience so great. Back to y'all upstairs.
Thank you very much, Aman, and thank you to the fans as well. Usually signs are for the players. I'm sure Danny will be happy and Lenny will be happy with that sign. M. Pomalelo as well. Maxwell brought in today for the first time in 5 games, and you think, Anika, when you look at MI New York and the way they're constructed, number of left-handers, he did well against them earlier this season.
Yeah, another lefty, Kanwarjeet Singh, here to the crease to accompany Nicholas Pooran.
Almost. It was heart in hand for Pooran for a split second. Survives 36 for 2.
Good angle from Maxwell, and possibly almost the catch of the tournament. Would have been amongst the Faf du Plessis type of catches that we see. Maxwell would have been happy with that. Ends up being a 4.
Just a little bit. That's like
been the slowest power play batting team all season. New York struggles continuing. And that collapse in the last game. They were still able to get to something promising against the Orcas, but ideally they'd want a better start. Now Travalca to bowl the final over of the Lexus power play. We're talking about sometimes the psychological impact of the matchup, and Monarch Patel being a right-hander.
Yeah, usually as a righty bat, you would try to just go all guns blazing against off spinners, but that's where Maxwell's experience comes in. Knowing that Monarch just had got a boundary and wanted to go for another and overpower him. Just an easy catch there at the end to take Monarch Patel off the field.
I wonder if Maxwell, because of that last ball, creating that chance against Puran, is given another one. And there'll be a couple of things playing on the mind of Steve Smith. When he did play against MA New York here, was a long time ago, it feels like an eternity. Beginning of the season, night game, got Monarch Patel similar way, trying to hit him down the ground, was caught deep mid-wicket. And this was the big one. Puran caught fine leg. Two lefties on. He bowled 4 straight in that game. Could possibly do it again.
Yeah, really good competition between these two sides here today. Obviously, they are going to San Francisco, Oakland in just a few days, but every point in every single game matters here.
Deep square, mid-wicket on the boundary.
Caught up with Danny Morrison and Ian Holland to see how this very wicket was doing. A little bit drier compared to when we first came over to Grand Prairie here in Texas. But a pretty flat wicket throughout.
Sosh, clip of Ricky Ponting there. Love to see the coaches when they take that first walk up with the captain. Seeing Stephen Fleming almost lying on the pitch. Try to get as intimate as possible, trying to see what this surface can offer. How do you then prepare your plans for the day? What do you do at the toss? So many things go into that 22 yards and your decision making. One final ball in the Lexus power play. It's been a good over from that Travalca. Everyone up on the offside. Gave him a yes-no. Puran, after the misfield, was able to get through for the single. 42 for 2 after the Lexus power play.
Taking a look at the Cognizant Major League chart here for MI New York's batting innings so far. We see those 2 dots, which represent the 2 wickets that came in the 2nd over and the 5th over for MI New York.
Yeah, and history repeating itself. It's going to be Maxwell for a 4th over, trying to get Puran. For Nicholas Puran, it's a small win. Getting through the power play, being there now, and he's set. Be interesting to see. You spoke about the matchups in the last over, who he decides to target, who he decides to attack. Other than that, couple of scores early in the tournament, 68 and 70. He's tried to play himself in, and then after getting a start, he's gotten out.
Yeah, always good to see what areas an off spinner is going to access when bowling to two left-hand bats. You see all 5 fielders are out. Long on, long off, deep mid, deep square, and a sweeper.
Enough is enough, says Nicholas Pooran. First maximum for him.
Yeah, and a shot like that, all 5 of those fielders on the boundary are just going to watch it sail over their head. 292 feet boundary out of the ground and off the bat of Nicholas Pooran. Good to see a strong response back from the left-hander.
Spoken so much. Spoken a lot, Anika and viewers, about the wind and how you use that to your advantage. Just saw it from Pooran there. He's always spoken in interviews, post games, about just making smarter decisions. He feels he's at a time in his career now where he needs to be what the team requires. $52 for 2.
Beautiful, and a very important day between the Washington Freedom and MI New York. Mononk and de Kock just out a bit earlier in that Lexus power play, and we see Pooran and Singh out here on the crease.
$52 for 2 after 7. And the main thing in this Lexus power play, although we lost the Kock early, Pooran still there, and as usual, entertaining.
That's been great to see the areas and the response back from the batters. Obviously not a great day when you lose your wickets a bit too early in that Lexus power play. Owen, ball in hand. Been an absolute star for the Washington Freedom this season so far. Whether it's when he has the duty of just bowling some pace or when he's out there in the field. It's been great in the blue and red.
Started wicketless first half of the season, Mitch Owen. He's got 8 in his last 4 games. We saw him use that angle from around the wicket to the right-handers yesterday, Mitch Owen, trying to bring the wind. Not the fastest, but he's a thinker. So the plan to the 2 lefties with a deep square, deep mid-wicket and long on, all on the leg side. Can you force Pooran and Kunwardjeet, almost tempt them to hit left of screen?
Yeah, really good bowling here to set up Mononk Patel, using different parts of the wicket and varying his length just a little bit. And there's the prize out there at the very end. Right into the hands to send Mononk Patel back home, and Maxwell does have the last laugh.
He's put up 3 there. He's got him 3 times now and twice this season. Well, This is dangerous for anyone that is not in the MI New York dugout. Nicholas Furan, he's on.
Yeah, Nicholas Furan just making good use of the kick that this wicket provides, getting under the ball and just lofting it straight over the spectators there in the boundary who are looking for that catch.
He had to middle it. He had to middle it, hitting to that side. It is a 4-meter difference in square boundary, folks. So even with the wind, if you can get it out the middle, technically hitting to a slightly smaller and shorter boundary. Really did nail that one though. Sound alone. Now through the offside. Steve Smith does well enough, we think. Probably get that checked.
Yeah, it's a hot day out there, but Smith has got some legs on him and just might have saved 2 runs there. Good effort there by the captain.
From the race course end, let's see the right there, 4-meter difference in boundary and 23 feet. And then 73 meters is quite a big hit down the ground. So something for the bowlers to use. Similar to yesterday, they'll try to force the lefty from this end to hit leg side. .63 for 2.
Wickets for both Nether Volker and Glenn Maxwell, and Maxwell's return to the 11. So plenty of bowling options for the Washington Freedom. Still haven't seen the likes of Nikhil Chowdhury. They want to use more spinners, but pace the run of the day so far. And pace will continue through the day. It'll be Ian Holland to bowl over number 9. Ian Holland has played for the USA national team, and he's trying to make his way back. He's actually been out of the team since 2022. Quite shocking given his results and his returns in Major League Cricket. We quite often see this from Ian Holland in Cognizant MLC. It's the cutters, slower balls, but back of a length. Been given 1 for the over, but there you go, back of the hand. Just trying to change the pace, not letting batters set in and set up. Why so often he takes wickets, and when he does, he takes them in bunches. Gunarjeet Singh getting another opportunity out in the middle. We'll be happy to play second fiddle right now to Nicholas Puran. A very handy left-handed batter for MI New York. That one just too far outside the line. Gunarjit Singh, like we said, into the 11 today. Had that big innings in the final, scored 33. So a good opportunity for him to find some form before the playoffs. Hello, Pami and Bangwa. Good day to you.
Good day, Armin. And to everybody else as well. Hot day. A vest kind of day. Singlet, they call it that in other parts of the world. But hot also because of the contest for first and second. Important to finish first or second in this tournament. Just for a chance to have a couple of bites at it, at getting into that final. It's good also as a playoff sorting out, as a way to operate, because it means that the league phase holds a lot of value. And you want that to be the case, especially when you have just 6 teams.
Nice work from Captain Steve Smith. Keeps it to a dot ball to close over number 9, 67 for 2.
Two down, just under 7.5. I think Steve Smith will be happy with how things are going, even though they're those big overs there. They've managed by and large to keep things quiet. They desperately want now is another wicket to slow things even further.
Low tower in number 9. Washington will want to build upon that. So they've made a change with the ball. Nikhil Chaudhary will be operating. And you'll see him operating from this end of the ground. Typically, we don't see spinners operate, but lack of a wind factor today. Not as much of a breeze. So you feel almost how hot it was. I just came from outside, and I'm absolutely drenched in sweat. Had a napkin running all over my face because there is no wind that cools you down today.
Yeah, talking about it with Nikhil. Taking note of all those things and adjusting, adapting accordingly. Play yesterday's conditions, play today's. Like Chaudhary, like his temperament, I like his fight. He's a man for a scrap, and might even be one who wants a scrap so that he can up his own intensity. Plays with a smile, in fact a smirk on his face.
Very straight, just short, and it will get all the way to add insult to injury.
Yeah, shouts of catch it. Has got fabulous hands. Glenn Maxwell. And normally, if you get close, you expect that he'll take it. It's a miss hit. And Cognizant would have had his heart in his mouth, but it doesn't quite get there.
We saw Rachin Ravindra fall in a similar style yesterday, trying to take on the ball, coming back into him from Akhil Hussain. Didn't get all of it, but got enough to find the fielder. This time, like you said, Singh lucks out. That'll be so frustrating for Nicholas Buran. Should have been a boundary.
Yeah, no wind, and so that's not carried further. On another day, you can miss hit, and that probably goes for 6.
8 from Nico Chowdhury's first. 10 overs gone, it's 75 for 2, and the players will take a much needed drink. Struggles at the top of the order continue for MI New York. Those 2 early wickets, both the openers. QDK returned to the 11, unable to find runs, just 2. Monak Patel gone for 17. So it's Puran Gunurjeet in for now, trying to build a platform for the rest of that middle order.
Just trying to think what a good score is on here. Both batting and bowling side will think about that. Happiest side is the bowling side, because 10s from here you probably get 170s. You'd be okay chasing that. A look at what's gone on. Picked him out. Absolutely picked him out. A shot that he likes. Went into cock, but couldn't quite find the gap. 4 4s, 2 6s. And the 2 wickets, the second of those taken comfortably, and nearly a third. They were desperate for that. That nearly a third did come again just before we got to 10 overs. So as they try to cut loose, try and hit a few more shots, they presented a few near opportunities. So they need to mind as they go. Yeah, round about 180. That's what we're always thinking here. But there tends to be that fall off at the back end of innings. 2 down, they'll be happy coming into things this way, because they've got a Puran who perhaps can try and control the back end.
That Lexus team standings. Yes, there's 2 teams out, but it's still ever so interesting in the top 4. Everyone's got a queue, but where will everyone be? Who's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4, all up for grabs? And the result today in the first game and the results in the second game could directly affect both of those questions. Mitchell Owen will bowl the first post the drinks break. Still awaiting the first ball of the over. That'll be wide. Budon will know you can win from 1 to 4, but he'll bank on his form. We've seen it through many years, and it's innings like this that can help New York as they head to the playoffs. 70 against the Knight Riders, just off 58 deliveries in San Francisco, where we're heading. So it's important for New York to have their captain batting like this. Muted appeal. And it will be adjudged wide in the end.
The mark is left.
He waited some time to see if they were even deliberating, and they weren't. Umpire Shaden Samuels. It is wide. Everything pretty close together. Hit the ground, it pitches, goes past.
Now we have that first ball finally bowled. But we've seen definite ploys throughout Grand Prairie of attacking the wide lines from the fast bowlers, especially with the off-speed deliveries. And it's been quite effective for the bowlers, so they've kept going to it. It's up to the batters now to find a way to adjust. Owen is going to make the first adjustment, however. He wants to come over the wicket now. It's in the air and away, just away. And it will go all the way for 4, evading Saurabh Netravalkar.
Another near opportunity, couldn't quite get there. Saurabh Netravalkar. Oh, the reaction of Mitch Owen. Yeah, strained as much as he could, Netravalkar, but not to be.
This time, more convincingly, it will beat the fielder and will find 4 off the middle.
So often it happens. And yes, it was half a chance rather than a full one, but straight after. That's out the middle of the bat. That is absolutely smashed. They need him out if they're to stall the progress of MI New York.
Stopped behind point. Partnership now worth 54. Can't afford to lose it, though, Pommy. That's where we've seen teams really struggle. That's where their run rates that climb will then just suddenly fall off a cliff. Things like this, confusion in the middle. Oh, that's glorious. It's bigger and better, and it's Puran at his very best.
An exhale, I say. Cathartic shot after the events just previous. It's beautiful. In the slot, and he can hit it straight back, and he's a prolific 6-hitter. Gets it right out the middle. Not much wind, so it's not working against it this time. And yes, hats off. Outstanding. And the ball before, after the chit-chat, as he went, yes, take one, and Cognizant says no, he just looked back and gave him a whole tongue lashing. And then I think thought, oh, hold on, I still need him. And walked across and said, you'd need to dive, you know, I'm calling you because the run's on. I've made the assessment, trust me. Kind of holding himself back a little bit, reining himself in. And then having done all of that, had to just release.
This time he goes in the air again, in the gap again, 6 again. Close of 11, it's 22 runs from it, 97 for 2.
Yeah, lovely. 50 up for the skipper from just 31 balls. 3 4s and 4 glorious 6s. Acknowledges his teammates, and he's leading from the front.
Nine overs left in this clash. We've got the pleasure of having General Manager of the Washington Freedom, Michael Klinger. Michael, thanks a lot for your time. Every year you make the playoffs. What has been the key ingredient for you guys?
Oh, I think it's a combination of a lot of things. You know, our ownership look after the team really well, look after the players and staff really well. We've been able to put a good list together, I think, from year 1 to the end of year 4, and we've got a fantastic coaching staff and support staff. So I think the combination of all of that has helped us be fairly consistent right through.
Can you touch on the entire coaching staff, but led by Ricky Ponting, and what that's done for players and their development?
Yeah, obviously, Ricky head coach. We've got assistants in Sean Bradstreet and James Hopes, a fantastic analyst in Sarah Walker. As our main coaching staff, I help out a little bit on the side as well. But like with those guys leading it, they're fantastically experienced coaches, work through a lot of franchise cricket around the world, and they get instant respect from our players. And we work our players hard and when they need to be, and they prepare really well leading into every single match.
I still remember seeing you at the very first combine for the local players before we had the first game of the Cognizant MLC. Michael, give us some insight into what the scouting process looks like for the Washington Freedom locally.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's where some of our success, I think, really started. Our ownership invested in myself and Patrick Farhart, who was our head of SM at the time, sports science, sports medicine, and we spent a month over here, probably a week more than any other team, and not only looking at them train and play, but also looking at them another 6, I think.
Yeah, nice shot there from Kunwarjit Singh over deep square.
And also just having conversations with them, trying to work out their characters and attitudes. And I think that first draft, we got a real good base of local players, and then we added a little bit to that, throughout the other seasons.
And obviously, managing the environment is something that probably is quite unique in this tournament, given the regularity of games, the frequency. How do you take on that challenge and make sure you're still getting the best out of your players?
Yeah, I think this year's definitely been a management side of things. Like, we've had 3 back-to-back games, 2 day games now, back-to-back in almost 40-degree heat. So there's certainly a management piece physically as well, and in terms of the recovery. But luckily last night, I think things worked out. We qualified for the finals after a close win, and the result going our way in the match after that. And then today, hopefully, we can put in a good performance to give us a chance of finishing top 2 anyway.
Favourite thing about the MLC off the field?
I think just the experience of playing cricket in America. I think that the players love coming here, the staff love coming here. It's different to what people are used to, cricket all around the world. So yeah, we love it.
Mr. Professional, thank you very much, Michael Klinger. All the best for your team in the playoffs.
Thank you. Cheers.
Well done, Nikhil Uttamchandani. Always great to hear from the GM of cricket for the Washington Freedom. Remember being there with Nikhil in that first combine, and they were out and about talking to all the players and really getting a good feel for the American scene back in 2023. One of those local guys now, Kunwarjit Singh, wasn't available then, but he's been a big find for the opposition in today's game.
He was a good player, Michael Klinger. In fact, I think 2019, maybe, he'd have retired. Scorchers, South Australia guy, and I think Victoria guy as well. Played a long time, and in Australia it's quite common, I guess, where really good players play and have those above them or ahead of them who get into the Aussie side, and they don't quite manage to get as much of an opportunity. But he was leading run scorer in the T20s and in the Big Bash when he retired. And so knows a lot about how this game goes, this particular version. 109 for 2.
Very promising partnership indeed. That's driving MI New York into a strong position with a good base and big power hitting to come. Captain is driving it all. Nicholas Pooran has found a willing ally in Kunwarjit Singh, who's played nicely coming into the side. 2 left-handers have combined very effectively. Ian Holland will bowl his second from the river end. Real change in momentum. They're going to continue to attack, but with that comes risk. as Maxwell can't quite get there.
Nicholas Puran, 50, much needed from him. A captain's knock, just 33 deliveries, 3 fours, 4 sixes, just batted with so much authority and dominance. And the right kind of attitude, the right kind of energy, everything that MI New York need at this point in time.
Oh, now, how good was this? Outstanding from the captain. He certainly made his opposite number hustle, and we'll have to go upstairs to see if he got there.
Leslie Tahaje,
Majestic
we
piece of
have
fielding.
a run-out review at the non-strikers end. Can I have your best side-on angle, please? Bats down, cross the line. Just take it back. Back, back. Just take it back for me, please. Thank you. Forward, forward, forward. Okay, copy. Satisfied, he's grounded and ready to make my decision for the big screen.
Not out the decision, but it doesn't take away at all from just how outstanding the athleticism and fielding work was.
Yeah, he's an absolute genius sometimes, is Steve Smith. If you actually watch the position from which he threw that ball, it is absurd how he hit the stumps. That could be a wide, it is. After the start that MI New York have had, it's actually incredible that they've actually gotten to where they have in 12 overs.
Mike Young is here again, the former Australian fielding coach. So I'm catching up with Steve Smith, maybe providing a bit of inspiration to his former charge.
It is amazing how he gets into positions to be able to throw that ball. The self-belief, Lenny, that of what he thinks is capable. But this is all the boundaries that have gone from the slot to for the skipper. He's been on the money today.
He completely took apart Mitchell Owen in that over, and that was the real surge. 22 in the first over after the drinks break, and a statement of intent that we know we've got to get up north of that 180, 190 that has been in and around par here. Picks it up beautifully, and that'll soar into the stands. He might not be the tallest, but he's so powerful the way he gets low and hits 6 more.
Oh, the height doesn't matter when you can hit the ball and you can pack the kind of punch that this little man does. He is an absolute pocket rocket. Another one in the slot. You can add that to the slot ball. You cannot bowl the ball there to Nicholas Puran. He will pump you down the ground for a 285 feet 6.
Yeah, very unlike Ian Holland as well, just completely missing his mark. Punished down the ground. He very much has the bit between his teeth, doesn't he? We all remember what MI New York did last season, scrambled somewhat miraculously into the playoffs and then stayed perfect through them. I think what the captain's determined to do is to find a bit of form, not just for himself but for his side, and try to make it back-to-back titles up on Saturday at the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. Just going to keep going now, isn't he? He's into that mode. Everything must go time.
Yeah, he's got momentum going his way now. So you want to keep that going. Only got 12 runs in this over. It's the intent. When things are going your way and you can feel it, it must be one of those days where you instinctively feel it that it's your day, and he's been batting like that.
This could be a chance. 2 fielders converge, long off comes in and holds on. And Holland does get the breakthrough to end MI New York's biggest partnership of the season. It was trending in the right direction. It gets to 90, it'll get no more.
Yeah, try to be positive. Harmanjit Singh. Must have been a slower ball. Yeah, back of the hand. It was indeed a slower ball. kind of sliced the ball high into the air. Mitchell Owen running down Australian reverse cup style, taking it easy as you like it. Kanwajeet goes for 26 of 20. Important partnership with Nicholas Puran, 121 for 3.
Kieran Pollard comes out to join Nicholas Puran, probably just the man you want walking to the crease from any of the players here at Cognizant MLC with this kind of platform. Here are our VTEC's leading run scorers for the season. Pretorius at the top, but Puran has nudged his way in to the top 5, just 8 shy of 300. Feels to me, Robin Atapa, as though he's coming to form just at the right time.
Yeah, I like how you said Robin Utapa. Lenny.
Just getting you ready for your visits to Ireland when you get the full thick accents kicking in.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yes, it's the right time for this man to come into bat. 152 strike rate. He's really well. Puran is not taking his foot off the pedal. You know, there's just been a 90-run partnership. Kanwajeet. He's just gotten out. And this is the point where gonna kind of build that mini partnership up again. Post which you can go hard. It'll be so important for these two, and for MI New York, for them to score close to 180, 190 in an afternoon game here at the Grand Prairie, if these two are batting in the last 4 overs.
Yeah, and the thing is, that won't be the limit of their ambitions if these two are still together in the 20th and final.
Yeah, that'd be bare minimum.
But if one of these two gets out, particularly Puran as the set man, it might be a complete reassessment.
Yeah, there's a great move from Steve Smith as well to bring on Nikhil Chaudhary now, because he does kind of take a little while and is susceptible to spin bowling when he comes in a bat. Yeah, he tends to do this plant and then place his bat in front just till he gets set. You can see Nikhil will rush him here, and Kieran Pollard will stop him as well. See, that's exactly what he's doing, taking his time.
Absolutely love the theatrics, the pantomime, the byplay. And the batter can take as long as he wants till he's ready. Within reason, of course.
Yeah, 30 seconds between each ball. Maybe 20, 25 for a spinner, but you still can take that much time.
Protection out there. It'll just be the single to get Pollard off the mark. Yeah, you get a sense that these two are the key. 180, 190 at 9 or 11 and over respectively.
Yeah, without a doubt they're key, especially from this point in time in the match. It's the absolute right time for Pollard to have come in a bat. He'll have to bowl that again. Such a crucial part of the game, and we've seen this, Lenny, in the last couple of days, that at this point in the game is when teams lose a lot of steam. 6, 7 and 8 they have Shakib, they have Tajinder, and they have Shepherd to come.
Don't be surprised if that switches round. Tajinder's played with such aggression. I know you might think of the left hand, right hand, but Shakib Al Hassan has looked more like an accumulator this season. Nicely picked up and soars again into the stands. Such a free flow of the bat from Nicholas Puran.
Yeah, no one is catching that. Catch it was a scream. And the only people in the stands who try and take that one. That's stayed hit. Again, the connection point tells you a story right under his eyes.
Oh, cheerio, wave goodbye to that one. Back-to-back big ones same section of the ground, and Chowdhury taken down by Nicholas Pooran. 136 for 3.
Bada bang, bada boom. Back-to-back sixes. All class is the skipper Nicholas Pooran. Hitting it so cleanly. Another 285 feet 6.
Now it's been the talk of the competition, this Lexus team standings, because it has been neck and neck. Well, it's been like a horse race, isn't it? It's just ebbed and flowed all the way. But into the final furlong here, we now know our top 4 on these Lexus team standings. So the Unicorns, the Knight Riders, MI New York and the Washington Freedom will be in Oakland. But who is going to get 2 chances to go to the grand final? You'd have to think the Unicorns could and should well be one of them. But any of the other three sides could join them, and the Super Kings will try and play spoilers in tonight's game, the second of our doubleheader. And a first ever qualification in MLC history for the LA Knight Riders. Jason Holder said that his ambition this season wasn't to get to the playoffs, it was to lift the trophy. They've done the first part.
Yeah, it's a fickle thing, momentum. When you find it at the back end of the tournament, more often than not, it kind of carries you through. It's exactly what happened with MI New York last year as well. They barely kind of scratched their way into qualification and up lifting the trophy.
Well, this man can be so damaging, can't he, once he gets in. Seems to be playing, for me at least, Robin, as well as he's ever played. 54 off 33 this time against the Orcas.
Yeah, I reckon the likes of Kyron Pollard with his experience and omens of experience that he's got, I think you just need a little bit of rhythm. The minute you get rhythm, all the experience kind of just falls through you onto the field into a situation. And that's what we've seen him do. We've seen that with Russell as well. Thriving because he's just, and Faf as well. Thriving because they just the experience is just coming through and they're allowing it to come through. Not second guessing themselves, they're leaning on it in fact.
Yeah, I loved the 2 features we had. We'd one on Faf and we'd one on Kyron Pollard, and both talked about very differing motivations in latter stages of their career to keep going.
And you know, funnily, Nicholas Pooran is also one of those cricketers who's played so much cricket, is so experienced at such a young age. Go out and look at his stats. Just pull that out. His T20 experience globally. He's played 466 T20 matches, and he is an absolute veteran of the sport. Scored almost 11,000 runs. So that the experience, especially, is just going to come through in moments like this, in situations like this. You can tell he's taking the bull by its horns in this game. You know, he's taking the attack to the opposition because he knows he wants to mean business as a captain. He wants to go into that knockout stage, the playoff stage, with momentum behind him.
He's in some form. He soars past the 300-run landmark and keeps going. And that's gone all the way up onto the balcony. Big hits.
Wow. Waxing lyrical about Nicky P. And he sends it to the second tier. Off cutter. Got down on one knee. Knew immediately. It was a no-looker. Wow. How about that? The sound classical. And a 302 feet 6. And is boomed.
And they want a quick selfie and a picture with the ball. And you saw Steve Smith give it back. We want it back. We've got to play a game here. It's not like the baseball. You can't keep it.
Maybe in America they should.
He's playing beautifully now. He's right in the zone, is Nicholas Pooran. Acceleration in this innings has been palpable.
Yeah, and effortless, to be honest. And the clarity of mind that he's operating from at this point in time, that is just phenomenal to kind of sit back and watch. dominating this this attack at the moment. And before you know it, and Pollard just played 5 balls and is already a 24-run partnership.
Taking a real liking to Mitchell Owen. He's taking him apart, to be frank. It's another boundary, 4 more.
Yeah, he's treating him like a spinner, isn't he? Kind of walking across, getting down on one knee. He's trying to get the ball to that shorter side, and despite not hitting it at all, that was under edge, a thickish under edge. But have a look at this 6. Watch where it goes. Bang! Hits the balcony, pops back down, and they want a photograph. And Steve Smith saying, "Give me the ball back. It's not a memento."
Love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, one of the moments of the season, that for me. 150's been brought up with a 14 run over, and Poran will keep the strike. He's only 14 shy at 3 figures. 150 for 3. Amazing to think those numbers you were giving me there, Robin. 466 appearances, the best part of 11,000 runs. He's still only 30.
Yeah, that's the funny part, right? The fact that he's so young and has so much experience. And I think that's going to be the future of cricket, by the way, Lenny. I think a lot of youngsters will go around the world, you know, exercising their prowesses around the world globally.
And you would think if there's anyone that might go past Kieran Pollard's all-time appearance record, it's going to be Nicholas Poran.
I like how you're saying go past. He'll fly past that. He'll fly past that in the next 4 years, I reckon, with the way he's batting right now.
Well, might be the first player ever to 1,000 games. Who knows? Let's hope he can keep batting like this. 8 sixes, 4 fours, a dazzling array of strokes all round the ground, particularly through his favoured long on region, deep mid wickets. With that languid and quite beautiful swing of the bat, he is taking the freedom apart right now. 200 plus and more well on the cards as we enter the final 5.
Yeah, you know, when you think about health and wellness and the progress that's there in that part of the world and in that part of our world, you know that the likes of Nicky P. The big appeal, and he's given. He will check it for sure, but it looks very square. Good ball from Netrawalkar, but they will go up.
Ajay, we have a player review for LBW. The original decision is out. It's a fair delivery. Can you move on to front on, please? Front on coming up. The ball is quite close to the inside edge. I'll need ultra edge to confirm if there's any bat involved. Forward. Forward. Slight gap on the left-hand side. There's a flat line on ultra edge. There is no bat involved. Can you move on to ball tracking when available, please? Original decision is out. Pitching in line, impact in line, wickets, umpire's call. The review is retained. Back on field to Gregory. Gregory, you can stay with your original out decision. You are on screen. Make your signal.
Well, it was tight, and they'll retain the review, but that will matter not for MI New York. It's been the end of a sparkling innings. And Netrawalkar, he thought it was very close, but he's got a smile now as broad as the sun. Poran gutted, having played so well. He gets a punch of the gloves from Shepherd on the way out. Gone for 86. 150 for 4. Romario Shepherd thought it might be Tejinder, given just how well he's played the last couple of games. Cricket lovers in the crowd, loving every second, despite the heat.
Was there a .com there, man?
Well, we're in the United States of America, all happening all the time. Cognizant MLC. It's going to be Shepherd instead of Tejinder Singh. Round the wicket now.
Yeah, this is these moments in time in a match where things often begin to unravel. When teams find themselves in very good positions and they just lose a wicket and then they kind of lose path of where they're going. So this is crucial again for both Pollard and Shepherd to make sure that they build up any partnership right now.
Yeah, the other reason I'm a bit surprised it's Shepherd rather than Singh. He's bowled outstandingly well this season, but he just hasn't batted that much. Here's another look at the LBW. I think on the whole a fair call and a good decision from Gregory Brathwaite.
Yeah, it was a good one. The umpiring generally has been absolutely impeccable this season at the Cognizant MLC. Umpires are focused and they've been really on the button.
And in this heat. In this heat, to keep that concentration.
Yeah, enough credit's not given to them for what they do.
Energy sapping. And listen to this. 8 reviews of Gregory Brathwaite's decisions thus far. All 8 of them upheld on review, so he's got all 8 right. They're the kind of stats that umpires like to hear. 100% success record.
Yeah, knock on wood, knock on wood. Let that not be jinxed.
Seen some incredible shifts in momentum across the course of the last 3 or 4 days in particular. I can't remember a sequence of T20 games really like it. Even here, just as the 150 had been brought up, you felt like 200, 210, 220, 230 could have been on the cards with Pollard and Pooran. But Netravalkar, 4 deliveries, the wicket of Pooran, 1 run. And he's making it look difficult to score. Amazing understanding of the conditions and great execution from Saurav Netravalkar.
I reckon more than difficult, I just think the batters are taking their time a little bit. And that's the road. Today's win will dictate what the qualifiers are going to look like.
Yeah, and it's a pretty simple system, isn't it? First and second get 2 chances to go to the grand final. If you're third or fourth, you got to stay perfect. Get those match tickets now on tickets.majorleaguecricket.com. Let's fill the bottom section of that Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. 12,500 we can get in there to that iconic venue. It's still a ballpark. It's just cricket, not baseball these days. The noise in that place is something else. 16 bowled, just 3 from the over. Brilliant from Netravalkar, 153 for 4.
So Shippy as well? Yeah.
Rachin Ravindra. Out. Straight to him. Short, and he thought he would just help it onto that leg side. Hit it well enough, but maybe not hard enough. So Dorcius collects, and Shepherd must leave.
Well, he needs to. Someone's going to have to carry him off. Hardly moved a muscle since he's hit it. I'm afraid that's out, Romario. No, you haven't got it over the fence, Chief. Yeah, he gave it the teapot and said, how on earth have I not got that over the fence? He's still not happy. Bye-bye, Romario Shepherd. It's the fifth one down now for New York at 153.
$153 for 5, MI New York, and we're in that territory where teams tend to capitulate. And well, a short delivery hits straight to a deep mid-wicket fielder again over the course of these last few days. A fifth time, Rodgers tells me, that very side. And Jinder Singh is in. He's played some important knocks for MI New York this season. And he's off the mark straight away. Romario Shepherd didn't want to leave. It just took me back to players in times past, different formats, who do need a taxi or a crane to get them off.
I'm hearing you, that old Red Bull game. I'm never out. How dare you? They've come to watch me bat. Look, what's going on? But you take on that breeze and that bigger pocket here at Grand Prairie, and it has, you say, what, the fifth time, Pom? Wow.
Big ball this, boy, big ball this.
A rumor has it he'd still be standing there if he could be. Takes it on, mishit, 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 takes it. Another one in that area. It's Pollard this time. Golden arm of Rachin Ravindra.
Well, Polly's so disgusted he's not hanging around. He's not doing a Romario Shepherd. He's storming off the park. He can't believe he's fallen into the trap as well. To Ravindra, with his part-time left arm, as he spears it in. He's seen Pollard give himself a bit of room to load up with this. And I reckon, well, probably 9 times out of 10, that'll go sailing into the trees. Mishit, mistimed, you name it. See you, Polly. Out for 3. And now it's 154 for 6.
Fall of wickets, 154 for 6 now. They were 150 for 3. Have lost 2 in this over alone. And in looking at things, we were talking when we sat down and said, it's happened. Spectacular capitulations at this time of the game in each innings since we've come back here to Dallas. That'd be wide. And Rodgers, he loves his stats. Death overs acceleration would be the most difficult anywhere. It would be the most difficult here. Shot, nicely played. He loves to do that. Shakib Al Hassan, he'll pick up 4.
Netters! Get the Air Jordans on. Again, he's got the wrong shoes, Netravelka. Up, up, up. No. That's 4 more. Oh, no. It's impersonations of some of the footballers at the FIFA World Cup.
those two sounds. 159 for 6. Played well, Nicholas Puran, 86 from 44. He'd have felt unlucky being given out, and it was just nicking leg stump. Bales would still fall off. Yeah, they need somebody after their skipper's gone. Somebody to play a gem at the back end. They have 3 overs to go. They'll continue on with these stats from Rodders. I said the most difficult here to accelerate, hence those wickets. 39 for 4. In 2026, the acceleration after the 16th over is 0.61 to the rate. Yeah, that's a look at the last wicket. Just gets the bottom of the bat. Normally, he plays that shot. That's going over all those trees you see in the background. Not that time. Rachin Ravindra gets that breakthrough. Important, so important. Pollard, Shepherd out. Both can absolutely smoke it, especially at the back end of an innings, to finish off and put their team in a winning position.
Well, I need a bit more from Rodders on the stats here because it's a day game. And look, it is a relatively new setup, let's be honest. This is only the 4th season. But in terms of the day game versus the night, that's the big thing. It really is quite stark difference, isn't it? It slides on, but it might not bounce as much and everything. But I just wonder with the day game and just a subtle bit more grip, just a little, doesn't have to be a lot. But in terms of that average globally and then sides just falling away massively in the death overs, extraordinary that. It's up there with the SSC in Colombo, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah, in Colombo, the acceleration where it's very difficult is 0.7. So it's more, right? And here would be less. Here's an attempt at acceleration by 2 players who normally whack it. 2 for 6. Skipper's asked you to have an over. I say, yeah, sure, Skip. How's that? We've given you the lowest, and let's give you what the global average is when teams get to the death overs and accelerate. So 0.61 is what's happened here this season. The global average in the last 4 or 5 overs, 1.91. So plus 1.91. If a team's scoring the 10s as they go, they would score nearly 12s to finish off.
When you do think about this form of the game and some good surfaces, let's poor old bowlers, you and I are from that fraternity, you just turn into a bowling machine and get pumped everywhere, usually. But there are those days, isn't there, in the pitches like we're talking about here, the venues, and you're going about the lower ones. There's the one in Colombo, for instance. Here, just that little bit drier, particularly this season. Been a lot of cricket played here over the last sort of 2 years for sure. Think back to the ICC T20 World Cup and what have you, and a lot of cricket at the Cup, and yeah, good posse, but so much cricket played at HQ here in America. This is it, GP.
Yeah, another dot. Just thinking last season at IPL, it was saying when's 300 going to be scored. It's 162 for 6. the remotely leading wicket takers. The Bartman is up at the top. Matt Short's been very good. Stoinis and Just Deep. Yeah, the three of them. Thanks for coming. As they're Dunsky. Over to Short and Dre Ross. It's quite peculiar, actually, that you'd have those three up at the top in terms of leading wicket takers, and yet their team doesn't get there. There's Netravalka. Oh, where are you going? Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Yeah, it's crazy that, isn't it? Look at it. Some lovely innings, and you're a bit gutted with that in terms of lefties that do well. And there's the LBW. That's the big fish. Mickey P thought it must have been tight. It was smashing into leg stump. A good chunk of it, and Brathwaite agreed out on field. Yeah, here at Cognizant MLC, you know, those three orcas can't add to the tally. And, yeah, not here for the playoffs. Weird.
Match 30 coming up. The Texas Super Kings against the Los Angeles Knight Riders to cap it all off as far as the league phase is concerned, and to finish off here at Grand Prairie for this season before we head off to Oakland. A fielder out there, can't get there. Steve Smith trying to keep himself in field and to get up and take that, can't do so, so Shakib gets 6.
Finally. Played a few air shots, isn't he, in the previous over against Dorshas. Here's the slower one, and it sits up nicely for him. Nice height, nice area for him to go to. Sounded sweet. Smithers! Oh, not tall enough. Give the man a step ladder. It's a great effort, though. Wonderful effort, but simply ran out of room. Hope he's okay. Landed heavy, didn't he? Oof.
Yeah, but it'll be given wide. He'll complain a little bit, Netravalka, but it's a long way down leg, despite the movement of the batter.
And also just that angle, right? Lefty to lefty. Just steps there, but yeah, afraid so. Andres House shook the head. Yeah, but it's the angle, I'm afraid, Netters and you too. Housey, don't give us the teapot, just get back and bowl. Tough gig, I know, but that is for the bowlers. That's how it just is. Slightly off, it's going to cost you. So there's the extra delivery now, and so Steve Smith and just marshalling his field here, getting it sorted. Real change now. 2 men up at the deep backward square have come inside the circle. Long on's gone back.
Nice shot. Really well timed. Opens the face of the blade, and it races away for 4.
Yeah, roll back the clock about 14 years, and this is why he was the ICC #1 all-rounder in fact, both white ball formats. Batting so high for Bangladesh back in the day. International cricket. This sort of stroke play, beautiful, well weighted, well measured. Picked his spot beautifully.
Yeah, a maneuver of the ball. Move in and out of his crease, across as well. Sweep and reverse sweep, ramps, laps. Nicholas Puran. He's difficult to contain. His arc is a big one, and you see how as the lengths change there, the ball goes to different parts off the ground. So there's a lot of area to try and prevent him hitting the ball into, and makes it such a tough task. Nicely done. Pace off.
Just looking at that analysis there, in terms of 8-6 is unsurprising. It's amazing how he fetches you from outside off and bashes you over mid-wicket or quite a straight long on. And then if he wants to, he just says, well, you know what, I'm just going to go inside out and hit you over extra as well. Look at those ones on the right, those two big daddy long legs of red on the offside for him as a lefty. They're so dominant. And that's why we keep arguing and throwing out there in comms. Man should open most of the time. He's one of the best players in the world and make the most of the first 6 overs with the field restriction.
Yeah, trying to stay outside the arc. Try and make sure that he can't just whack it off to that leg side. Not quite working that time. He's playing a little gem here. Shakib, 15 from 10. Shouts of 2, it's in the gap. Not to Maxwell's arm, is it? Is it? Is it? Oh, needed a direct hit. Good running in the end, though. To get a couple. 1 to play, 1-7-8 for 6.
Yeah, very dry and hot. But a little bit more cloud cover, so you say, well, does it make it more pleasant? I don't think so. Still very, very warm.
You football, soccer jerseys. Gunners, Barcelona. Final over. Trying to go big. And gets a top edge. Tajinder Singh, and Netravalka gets across and keeps it in hand. A good catch.
Yes, it was in the end. He's got there. So look at the breaking of the wrist. Yeah, the slower ball. Mr. Dorcius, well done. Can't blame Tajinder. He had to go for it in these final few deliveries. Smart catch, yeah, because it's dipping on him. Okay, not the breeze that was in the last few days, but still, it gusts here. Can be tricky. Well done, Netravalka. Catch in the end. It's the end of Tajinder Singh for just 4, and it's 178 for 7.
Bolton. An educated edge. Away it goes for 4.
He's good at that, isn't he, Trent Bolt? The master of the flashing blade. French cut, top edge, bottom edge, you name it. Oh, and cue it up. Chalk this one up, Chief. Yeah, Dorsch just turns around the bowler, just filthy with it. And he goes, no. Yeah. I think that moustache has got to come off. Help him through the air quicker.
All along the ground, he'll pick up 1. Another look at the wicket, trying to go big.
Yeah, it's certainly there. It was on, and given that we're into the final over, swing to the heavens. Yeah, it's a good take in there. It did dip very quickly on him. You think about the sun and that breeze around. Just keep saying, it keeps gusting a bit here and there.
Yeah, nicely bowled. Finishing off quite nicely. 184 for 7. There's a couple of balls to go. It hasn't been an acceleration particularly. Last 30 balls, 39 for 4. There's been the difficulty of getting going once again, but at the very least, they haven't come to a complete halt. And you're somewhat in the game around here, 185, 190. Can Trent Bolt blast one out the park? That'll be wide, it'll help things. You take whatever you can get.
Yeah, you think about, what was it, match 26. 184 for 7 was enough against the Unicorns. They won by 11. It's only just a couple of matches ago. It shows you, yeah, you mentioned, Pom, yeah, you're in the ballpark here. Anything that 185 and over, whilst the players will say, oh, it's about par or maybe just under if I get 190. Well, you're in the contest, though.
That'll be wide as well. Trying to protect that onside. Also knows full well about Trent Bolt and the fact that he can whack it. Might be flirting with the idea of short and try and have him play a short one. The faster bowlers can at Trent Bolt particularly, but shying away from that because it's the shorter side. It's also the side the wind generally blows. Won't reach. Then Maxwell. Yeah, 1 to go.
Yeah, I was mentioning, was it match 26 and 184 for 7 was enough and they won by 11, and you go the game before it as well. MI, who posted 179, they've gone a little bit better today, but 179 for 8 was enough against the Orcas. They could only muster 162, so again, that was being defended. So the Freedom, they can't be lackadaisical about this chase. The top order's got to get in. So the likes of Mitch Owen and Andres House and Smith himself, a captain. Maxi might have to turn up for a change.
The shouts of catch it. And the catch will be taken. It's a good catch. In Holland out there. Had to watch it closely. And then inches off the ground takes it. So wicket to finish things off. They've had their 20. And this is how it ends.
Again, taking on the bigger side. Well done, Dutchy. Oh, just enough of the fingers wrapping around the ball. And Shakib, he's the man who's out. He's out for 18, but they do get to 187. I think that's a decent enough. It's a fighting target. Could be challenging if wickets early fall of the Freedom. You blow away a couple of those big names, and then, yeah, look out for MI.
Yeah, look at their batting work. The MI New York side led by their skipper, Nicholas Pooran. 86 from 44. Really was in control whilst he was out there. And his departure meant that things slowed down a great deal.
And wickets spread around. Give it Netravalka there. They're 2 for 29 with 10 dots. He's very useful. And Dorcius, just a few wides to annoy him. Holland, he always gets wickets, doesn't he? But Ravindra, what a ripper. 2 for 6, the big fish. Shepherd and Pollard done. And we're going to go sideline, I think, to Oman.
Here with Glenn Maxwell of the Washington Freedom. I see the water bottle in your hand, mate. Talk to me about the heat.
Yeah, it's warm, that's for sure.
Yourself, you're back into the side after a long break. Came into bowl the first over. What'd you make of the wicket?
Yeah, they played pretty well. There wasn't a whole lot of spin early on, but I suppose just with all the left-handers in their top order, trying to get a few cheap overs in the power play.
In terms of that final score, what do you make of it?
Yeah, they obviously batted pretty well. Nicky Perrin was outstanding through the middle there, powered his way. I think when the breeze went down, he was able to access both sides of the ground. So we'll need to bat well to chase it down.
Thank you so much, mate. Good luck in the second innings.
Cheers.
Yep, they will need to bat well to get to 188. We find out about that in just a little bit.
Here's the MI New York card, 187 they posted, built around that marvellous innings from Nicholas Pooran, 86 off 44. He struck it better than anyone else, and everyone who came fresh to the crease found it a little bit difficult. Really good total on a very hot day here in Texas. Here's the best of the first innings. It was a short stay at the crease for Quinton de Kock, who was recalled to the starting 11. He was caught by Ben Dwarshuis in a deep for just 2. Monak Patel, a couple of streaky boundaries. And he was dismissed for 17. So frustrated with himself when he skied that one for an easy catch to Obus Pinar. But then Pooran, just at that half a moment where Pinar thought as though he might get to one, kicked into overdrive. 12 boundaries overall. 86 off 44 deliveries. Such a sparkling innings, it really was. And a kiss to the crowd alongside it. Kummerjeet played pretty nicely, 26 off 20 for him, but he looked to hit one down the ground off Ian Holland and was caught it long off. Nikhil Chowdhury only bowled the 2 overs today, he was somewhat taken apart. He went for 23, and Mitchell Owen, well, he got dispatched around the ground. 3 overs, flying for 47. And for Wario Shepherd, well, he couldn't believe what he did. Just half a hit, a chip shot, and it carried all the way to deep mid wicket. Pollard got out in a similar style, caught it. Okay, corner, Shakib Al Hassan came in and hit a couple of boundaries, including that crucial 6 to make 18 off 13. Tajinder couldn't get anything going. He was dismissed by Dwarshuis, as was Shakib Al Hassan, to give the big left armour fine figures of a 2 for 29. That was the final delivery of the innings. And for the bowlers, well, I thought Dwarshuis and Netravalk were the 2 left armour stood out, but great stuff from Rachin Ravindra 2 with his 2 for 6. Now he's certainly cast himself into the all-time great category. We love having him here at Cognizant. MLC, there is only one cricketer that you can think of when you say the name, Steve Smith.
Let's go Knicks, how good. So exciting to see them win the championship in 5 games. It was truly incredible. You know, I was in New York for the first 4 of them before I came here, and just the vibe around the city was something like I've never experienced before. So yeah, super excited and great to see them get the job done.
I'm electric, you better come at me with all you got, 'cause I'm ready, power up. Time to suit up in the main.
I'm Australian through and through. It's nice to come over to the States, you know, enjoy my time over here. It's a great part of the world, yeah, particularly in New York. It's, you know, I know a lot of people there now. It's good fun and, yeah, nice to escape. I was very obsessed that I picked up the bat all the time and didn't put it down too often. And now, obviously, I've played for such a long period of time. I need to keep my mental side in check. I feel like I get mentally fatigued quicker than I used to. So, you know, I'm very aware of that. And with my training, I certainly don't hit as many balls as I used to. You know, I've hit so many balls over such a long period of time. It doesn't take me long to pick it back up again.
Make you remember my name.
Try to score runs and have an impact wherever I play, whether it's for Washington or Australia or the Sydney Sixers back home or Moulton, where I played as well. It's nice to be named in that kind of list and have that kind of recognition, but certainly not the reason I play the game. I think for a long period of time, particularly in T20 cricket, I was maybe a little bit too responsible and tried to take the game deep and have that kind of role. I guess that's changed since opening the batting. I think I play a lot more aggressive. I'm not as concerned with getting out. I'm willing to take the game on a lot more, and yeah, I guess the last couple of years it's kind of worked for me a bit.
Who's gonna stand in my way? Every day I just keep on slaying demons and villains, and it don't matter to me that I carry.
To play in Olympics would be, I mean, super exciting. You know, I've played a lot of things around the world, and you know, Ashes series in India, World Cups. To be another cool one to tick off. So yeah, it's certainly on my mind. I'm really grateful for everything the game's given me. You know, I'll give back as much as I can, and you know, that's one of the reasons I'm here. I want to, you know, help try and grow the game in this part of the world to another audience. It's great fun to be here, and it's certainly, you know, one of the times of the year that I really enjoy being amongst this group. It's such a great time on and off the field, and yeah, it's yeah, wonderful to be here again.
Cricketing icon, no doubt about it, and we'll very likely see him open the batting in just a few moments' time. 188 going to be the target. It'll be hot work here in Texas. Can they get it done? Find out live with us in just a few moments' time. Welcome back to the Grand Prairie Cricket Stadium here in searingly hot Texas. We've seen some great action on the pitch. We're in for another innings of it in this Sunday doubleheader, the final match of the regular season. Really hot weather throughout Texas this July. We'll be enjoying what should be a good chase. It's going to be 187 on the board from MI New York, so 188 for the Freedom to get it done and give themselves a chance of a top 2 spot. Both of these sides wanting to give themselves 2 opportunities to get to the grand final. We heard all about him just before the break, and there he is, Stephen Peter Devereaux Smith. Truly great modern players across all 3 formats. Such an exceptional test match record, and continues to play some very good T20 cricket too, and he has that ambition of going to the LA 28 Olympics, something he's stated very publicly after a fantastic season for Sixers down in the Big Bash. Forced his way back into T20 side for Australia too, but here at MLC I think he's just warming to the task. Played his most fluent innings, his highest strike rate of the season in his last knock, and he's got the pyrotechnics for a partner with Mitchell Owen. Strike rate right up towards 2 runs per delivery faced, whereas Stephen Smith's a little slower at 130 across his MLC career. And the 4 overs, or 4 potential overs of Trent Boult will be critical for MI New York as they try to defend this total. Only bowler in the comp with more than 50 wickets in the history of it. Loves it here in America, has the family in tow.
Right, gentlemen, let's play.
And Gregory Brathwaite says all the formalities have been done. Time to get play underway. Owen wants another moment or 2. So too does Trent Boult, as Nicholas Poran will look to plot a path to defending this total. Pretty regulation field. With 2 men in the deep on the leg side, no one out on the off. Starts down the leg side, will be given as a wide. It's actually a 4-5 field, 4 fielders in the off, 5 on the leg, as I welcome and say an early good evening, late good afternoon to Robin Atapa. Hot out here, Robin, but great action.
Yeah, it's hot out here. Very happy with the score that Freedom, sorry, I beg your pardon, MI New York got to eventually. 190 was a target that I said would make for a great game, and he set itself up to be a good one. That was close. If you see what teams are doing, planning against Mitchell Owen, is to make sure they don't give him any room, and that's also exactly what Trent Boult did in the first ball. Trying to bowl more leg stump line, because he likes to clear his front foot, hit through the line. Going closer to leg stump now, trying to be very tight so that they don't give him room to free his arms.
Picked up into the leg side, and somehow this is going to go all the way. It was a chip shot, half a swing of the bat from Mitchell Owen, but such is his power, he starts with a big 6.
He does pack a punch, doesn't he? Look at this. It's a clip off his hips. Just middle it sweetly. Yeah, beautiful shot. The fielder placed there just bisected that field between deep square leg and deep mid wicket.
Change an angle around the wicket. Gets through. Don't think it quite carried. Definitely could have saved the single, but really is just that one area he seems to score in, kind of everywhere from a straight long on around to square leg. Very leg side dominant player.
Yeah, he looks to hit down the V and more towards country and deep mid wicket. That's his region really. He plays the short ball well also because he's such a tall lad. Very exciting player.
Yeah, what's this come off? Trent Boult is half an appeal. Animated as always, as is Smith. And the two almost stare down. All ends in smiles and no decision for a review. They know that Gregory Brathwaite doesn't get many wrong.
Had his step out first ball. I think hit the top of his pad. It's always funny with Steve Smith. Yeah, just the top of the hips.
Catch it, Polly, was the cry from Trent Boult. I think two guys have got a future in the acting industry after they complete their cricketing careers.
You can see here that Steve Smith just seems to be like he wants to take the attack to the opposition. Don't really know if that's the best plan of action for someone like him, the way he approaches batting. I have to repeat that one because we've spoken about this even yesterday, the day before yesterday, when he was batting, that when he holds shape, he's just he's able to generate a lot of power, but when he starts opening up his hips and his shoulders, he only generates power from his hands. He's got 46-29 balls in the previous game. And even in that, when he was holding shape, he was hitting the ball so powerfully. But when he didn't hold his shape, he just weakly played the ball in the gaps.
Yeah, that was his first knock where he really kind of upped the ante and got his strike rate moving up above that 150. 10 from the first, Freedom 10 for none. There's something you can see there, something I think pioneered in cricket certainly by Shivnarine Chanderpaul, who we saw here last week, or earlier in the week as a MLC ambassador. The two strips of black tape underneath the eyes. Thought process behind them, something you see a lot in NFL and baseball, does tend to reduce glare is the concept. Something you ever considered during your career, Robin?
Strips, yeah. As in, for me, I think it's also to kind of absorb the extra brightness, right? I just went the other way. I just wore sunglasses. I did what Glenn Phillips did. I wish I had the courage to do it while I was playing professional cricket.
It's a pretty short and unique list, those who've played at the very top level in sunglasses whilst batting. Chris Gale has done it. You're spot on that Phillips has done it. I know Dipender Singh Ari of Nepal doing it recently too.
Brian Lara did it. He did that. Chris Gale's done it. So for me, why I considered it and why I wasn't, as in India, you get perceptions change when you, at least back when I played, perceptions change when you did something like that. But I've always found the sun in the southern hemisphere to be a lot more brighter than the sun in the northern hemisphere. So around the equator is fine. It's up in the air and will be gone. Shakib Al Hassan strikes. Second ball dismisses the big man, Mitch Owen. Didn't get anything behind that. And a good catch taken in the deep.
He really doesn't drop anything. Kieran Pollard, as soon as this went up, you just knew there was a complete inevitability about it. Owen only got maybe a half of it at best, and a cognizant clutch catch from Kieran Pollard, who knows how big that wicket is for his side. Owen has to go, dismissed by Shakib Al Hassan for 7. It's 11 for 1. Rachin Ravindra out to the crease at number 3. This chase all of a sudden that you might have already been thinking was in MI New York's favour at the halfway stage is very much so now, because Mitchell Owen is a key part of the potential pyrotechnics up at the top of the order for the Freedom. Good crowd filtering in. Ravindra off the mark immediately. Do you think that he just hasn't quite committed to this stroke here?
I think he committed all right. I just think, I think just the wind, you know, the wind that we keep arguing about, that just pulled the ball back. Easy catch to Pollard. He knows the importance of that wicket. He understands how important Mitch Owen is to the Freedom's success. Felt like he's looking to hit down that region itself, looking to hit over long on. Didn't have the access, I suppose, because it was still on the stumps, to hit it over mid-wicket.
I just wonder, was he kind of looking a little bit more at that angle? I know it was a different length. Smith there getting a bit deeper in his crease and not finding the gap in the deep, but at least staying safe. No, the shout from Ravindra. 2 gone, really good over from Shakib Al Hassan, 13 for 1. We tended to see the afternoon games of the 3 back-to-back double headers that we've had, that, you know, that 180, 190 is not going to be chased easily, even if they do get there. Pitch just slowing down a little. Cutters will become very effective as the innings goes on. Look out for particularly Rushil Agarkar to do a lot of that, maybe some Kieran Pollard as well. So the Freedom will have to bat well and really well to hunt this down. Looking forward to watching Glenn Maxwell as well. It'd be great to see him get some form.
A great shot this from Steve Smith. Unfortunate not to get any run on that.
Just to finish your point on Steve Smith with that kind of glare, you're saying that you felt a difference between like an Australia or an India?
Yeah, certainly. The Southern Hemisphere, Australia, South Africa, say New Zealand, one of these parts of the world, you kind of feel like the sun's really bright. It kind of takes a long time to adjust, especially during day games in the white ball. Oftentimes red ball as well. But when you come to the equator, it felt like our eyes were more accustomed to that.
Straight to the man and held on to. And Smith, who was very fidgety and looking to get going right from the off, has been picked up by Trent Bolt and sent off. Good catch.
It is a fantastic catch from Kanwarjeet. He came running in, did Kanwar, and dived in front of him to be able to complete the catch. It was a remitly speedy delivery too. Just not getting enough elevation on it. Beautiful cushioning as he's diving. What a fantastic catch to dismiss the skipper of freedom. He has to go. Up for 3. 13 for 2 now.
Andreas Geus to the crease. He's in at number 4. Freedom's chase in tatters already. Both openers back in the hutch. Calling him back-to-back overs. He struck this well, but he picked out the one man in the deep.
Now look at how good this catch is. Comes running in immediately, made the judgment, and knew he had momentum, so he had to cushion that catch, and which is why that jump in front. Just to cushion the catch so that it doesn't bounce out of him. So that give that you need to be able to receive the ball when it's coming at you at force. Did that so well. Oh! How about that for timing from Andreas Geus? Beautiful shot.
Yeah, nice start for him. You think of the depth of this Freedom squad, and definitely somewhat underperforming this year. Another good look at the catch and a really strong effort. Might have lost the sunglasses in the process, but that was much to the delight of Trent Bolt, who said, "Off you go, Stephen Smith." Really nicely played behind square. Not quite going to get to the rope as Agarkar does very well in the deep. 2 more.
Great work from Agarkar. Got around very quickly to a fantastic shot played by Geus. He's rocked up on the back foot, got on top of that ball beautifully, punched it through cover point. Have a look at this. That's so nicely done, effortless. Listen to that sound, so crisp. Yet again, he is in very good form.
Yeah, it's an official warning. Given immediately, no hesitation at all from Gregory Brathwaite as the change of angle. He had come around the wicket, went back over for this delivery. It looked like a friendly warning from Brathwaite, but he went straight away. Good over, 4 from. It's 17 for 2. The speed gun moving is Trent Bolt, pushing up towards 140 kilometers per hour. His appetite for performance and for cricket is exceptional. Here's our Lexus points table. Now, to explain the permutations today, both MI New York and Washington Freedom need to win today, and for LA to lose to Texas. For the LA Knight Riders, they need to win today, and for this match to be pretty close, ideally, so that the winner of it doesn't catch their net run rates. But plenty of permutations as Ihsan Adil will come into the attack. First action of the season for him. Made his USA debut this calendar year, joined that exclusive list of players who've played international cricket for 2 different countries. Very nearly as a wicket from his first ball. Chipped back just to his left, couldn't get anything on it.
Yeah, he almost had him first ball, didn't he? Adil stuck his hand out. Ball didn't get stuck in his hand though. Missed it by a little bit, but exciting when it's the first ball of your of your season. Get a return catch like that. Yeah, went past it. Went quickly as well. Your head is all smiling out there.
He made his USA debut this year in both formats. Played in the T20 World Cup, ironically against Pakistan, the country he made his Test match debut for. Did play ODIs too as part of the 2015 ODI World Cup squad for Pakistan. Has come over to make his new home here and was really impressive in ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2 up in the Greater Toronto area, taking 5 wickets in 3 games against Canada and the Netherlands. Big journey for this man and into the squad for Corbin Bosch.
He's got a very similar action to Ishant Sharma. Not Ishant Sharma. Ishwar Pandey. Ishwar Pandey is a fast bowler from who played for CSK. Got a pretty similar action to him. Just reminded of that action, a tall fast bowler's action.
Just picking the fielders at the moment, and you can sense the frustration growing. Ravindra in particular likes to attack. Let's get a look at this action and what you see in it.
Yeah, have a look at this. Runs in, good clean run up. It's an easy action as he loads up. Yeah, very Ishwar Pandey. Probably be able to generate a little bit more pace when if he finishes with his front hip comes through a little bit more.
He's not rapid by any stretch of the imagination, but in a funny way that can be beneficial here. We've seen the success that Agarkar has had. I'd imagine he's going to try and follow that Agarkar style game plan. Just keep things very simple.
I actually reckon with the way cricket's played nowadays, you don't need to be express pace, because I think express pace is what most batters are used to right now. They're not scared of pace. They like it coming onto the bat. I in fact think the lack thereof of pace is what is going to be effective. And you know, cricket is quite cyclical in nature. I think we'll go through the phase where medium pacers will be back in vogue and have a certain amount of success, and then go back to when fast bowlers actually get effective a little later on.
Be back to the mid-90s, the Ian Harveys.
Don't we love it?
Keeper up to the stumps. The Mark Elams, the Chris Harrises. As Ravindra works this away for a couple. It's been all MI New York to start this chase. Really good from them. 4 from Adil's first. 21 for 2.
.187 for 8, and I was on at the end of the innings with Pommy and Bungwa, just saying that it could be useful in terms of the follow-up, and the Freedom are in the mire a little bit. 21 for 2, and they lost both openers, so that's very good indeed here from MI New York. So just trickier than you think, and runs on the board. It's a day game. It doesn't quite slide on as much as the batsman would hope for or like. And so tails are up, most definitely for MI New York. They do have a habit of this in Cognizant MLC. They start to find their form and range in the business end when they're coming into the playoffs. G'day, Nickel.
Danny, how are you? Great to see you. And of course, final day of action in group stages of the Cognizant MLC. Great to see the square and the work that our curators put into this square to make it conducive for us to enjoy. Plays such a big part, folks. We often underestimate.
Hustle, hustle, hustle. Yeah, I was speaking to Trent and his team. Trent Kelly it is. So he said they've put a little bit of water on the surface just to bring it back up from yesterday. But the concern was the forecast of showers and the rain possibly around here between that sort of, well, anywhere between sort of now really. It's talked about 5 till 6:37, in between that. Let's call it 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. here in Grand Prairie. The storm building up and possible showers later on. So he said, look, we just got to be mindful of how much water we might just, you know, roll in last night and early this morning so it dries out. And you just get that balance right. It's tricky for the ground staff, the cricket as a whole with turf pitches.
It's not happening, Danny. The weather gods heard the Cognizant MLC final day was happening and they said, we'll postpone the rain for tomorrow. As well there, Ravindra, and could get 1 or 2 more, if not 4 more. That will be 5 runs to the tally.
Captain Nicholas Poran, a little exuberant with the throw. Of course, he used to have the gloves on all the time, keeping wicket. But he's mid off and way. Someone needs to back up, gentlemen, when you have a shy at the stumps, and no one did. So go down as 5 for the total. Very handy for the freedom, given the pressure they're under just at the moment inside the power play.
Ugakar, who's occasionally bowled in the Lexus power play this season, has a long on and deep mid-wicket. That's the line to house. Sometimes they try to nip the ball back in and attack the leg stump.
Yes, you don't want to allow Andres House to free his arms. He's so good through that offside. And then length, that pickup length where he'll whip you on the onside, as wicket keepers do. Very good square of the wicket, pick-up shots, little uppercuts, dabs. So I hear what you're saying, Nikhil Uttamchandani. Jag back and change the angle and shut it down. Squeeze him.
Great length. 8 from the over, 29 for 2.
Well, you've mentioned that you've dialed 1-800-GOD and had a chat. The weather is okay. No rain, says Nikhil. Yeah, just brewing a little bit, it have to be said. Stormy, bit of lightning maybe, who knows?
Hoping that stays clear so we can have a full day of action. The final day of the group stages in Cognizant MLC. MI New York have brought in the services of Isan Adil. He's played for them each of the 3 seasons. Wasn't picked originally this year, but Corbin Bosch's injury has opened up an opportunity for him. Recently representing the USA, the One International and T20 International formats. We'll wait for the signal, and off the bat.
Just sliding in onto those pads of a lefty. Yeah, very dangerous. Too comfortable into that wheelhouse of Ravindra. Oh yeah, straight onto that hip. And fine leg is up inside the circle, so that's just a freebie. Not the start you'd be hoping for in this second over.
after these 2 wickets today, I think the tally is now up to 12 in the power play this season, which is not a lot. 12 in 10 games for Pooran's men in the Lexus power play, but Danny, they contain teams. Keep teams to around less than 8 runs and over in the power play. It's almost unheard of in modern day T20 cricket. So they've been disciplined, controlled in length, and it's worked.
Yeah, bit of pace off, protection there, but yeah, the power play is running away. Very interesting here. You look at New York at the same point. The 5.5 overs with 39 for 2, not far off the freedom. 5 runs to the paw, but both 2 down at the stage. So it's pretty much neck and neck, pretty even Stevens. But you just get that feeling. The runs on the board, and you lose both your star quality opening batsmen, then relying on Ghosh massively. You've got Ravindra too. You know he is quality, and then Maxwell, who hasn't played, so he's not like he's in any form. In fact, he got 2 ducks when he played, didn't he? And of course, Nicol. Hello, hello, and goodbye. It's gone into the stands, and that is Ghosh for you. He's so good there, and I was just about to mention Nicol Chowdhury in the lineup to come as well. So they are a strong outfit, but be wary of losing wickets early. Oh, hold it for the photographers. Andres. Yeah. Lacquer. Brilliant.
And the comparison now, Danny, is identical. Both teams 40 for 2. And they just scored a run on this ball, so 41 for 2. Ironically, though, MI New York are the slowest team with the bat. They've committed to that model where they're quite conservative in the power play. We've seen it from Pooran. They bat what they have in the middle to back end. Freedom play a different way with Owen at the start. They do know what they're chasing, though. So it's going to be fascinating to see how it unfolds post power play. So strong with that short arm jab. 44 for 2.
The end of the Lexus power play. The biggie to finish. 15 off that 6th. Just what they needed, the freedom.
Important day for these 2 teams and the 2 to come. Everyone looking for a top 2 finish after shoring up qualification in the playoffs. Tight after the Lexus power play. But it was just in this middle period, got about 110 runs, where Pooran, Pollard, Kunwarjeet Singh stepped on the accelerator. Even with the left-handed Rachin Ravindra, Shakib is going to come back. Leg side into a slight breeze.
First 6 overs, keep going on about this in T20. Crucial if you can get going, get off to a rollicking start, or you don't. Owen out early, didn't get double figures, and neither did the captain. Lexus power play's been a little challenging for the Washington Freedom, but just of late, Andres Ghosh and Rachin Ravindra doing okay. Bit of bounce there, just the odd time when Shakib gives it a little bit more flight. It does grip just a touch. Harder ball, and a little bit more bounce, and other times he gets low in his arm action, gets a bit slingy, and he wants it to skid on you. So it doesn't bounce, almost like taking all the air out of the ball.
well positioned by a class player.
Yeah, that's tasty, because he just gets a little leg side, and batters do. They just want to get that front leg, that front hip opened up. And there's that flighted one. Yeah, a little bit more flight, so he gets down on one knee even, does Ravindra. Clears that front leg a bit. Lovely.
The definition of a stroke player who's made a name now in T20 cricket, evolving, finding power, but in a different way to the traditional Pollards, Gales, etc. A Ratchin way. Think of Aidan Markram, Danny, similar example.
Yeah, very impressive Aidan Markram, because he really did struggle against spinners. He was very mechanical, very good on the drive, and good against pace because it slid on. But he had to adapt his game, and hats off to him. I remember seeing him in the UAE a few years ago. Man, he worked hard on his game and transformed himself, and his footwork as well. He's improved immensely.
Work for deep cover to do it, so it allows Ratchin to get back for 2. 56 for 2.
Once again, New York were 52 for 2, Freedom 56 for 2. So maybe, you know, punch for punch, boxers going at each other, even Stevens.
Scenarios, and of course you don't want to be in that eliminator, although MI New York won from it a season ago. Why? Because if you lose, you're eliminated. Self-explanatory. But if MI New York win or the Freedom win, they need the Knight Riders to lose. Knight Riders having a better net run rate, so a win would push and keep them in second, really. Tajinder Singh. Off spin into the attack.
Well, this is the other little strategy. He's bowling from that end, and he's up against the right-handed host, who's hitting ideally into that onside, but he's up against the wind. It's a beautiful stroke because it's inside out. There is protection. I get a couple, but he's used it and weighted with his hands, because he'll try and control himself to want to drag it over long on or that mid-wicket area on the onside. So he's got to be careful here and be smart. The responsibility of House now, because he's gobbled up 19 balls. He's now into the 20s, but he needs to kick on. Got a 4 and a 6. He's got to start. Needs to convert.
My word, that's big. Someone fetch it from out the ground.
Just called an Uber, Nickers, and we're going to fetch it. That is a big, that's what he's looking for. And this is what Tajinder's just dragged it way too short. It really is served up on a silver salver and get boshed big. Oh yeah, sounded great. Look at over 300 feet. Could be collecting in the post-match presentation.
Danny, a couple of days ago, Liam Plunkett spoke about House and actually compared him to Jos Buttler. And you just see shots like that, and the way he plays spin off the back foot, it's very similar to the way Buttler bats and goes about things.
Nice little partnership brewing. It's over 50 now, but I've just been enlightened that he wouldn't get the prize, Mr. House, with that 305 feet. A certain Nicky P is 10 feet further. No surprises there either. And when you think about it, both keeper batters. I know Poran isn't keeping of late, but again, one just underlines the fast hands from wicket keepers. Just have to. It's part of their skill set. Keeping wicket and taking the bails off and all those sorts of things. But yeah, fast hands through the ball. Ball goes miles.
Seems like Tajinder is going to change angle now to come from around the wicket, maybe to go across House. the similarity between Puran's sixes and that one. It was also into that breeze. There's the wider angle. If you it just shows batters, oh my goodness, they'll get a second. I've seen this a couple of times now. But batters, if you commit and middle it, you can take on that breeze. It's risky. That was big.
Well, Pollard thought he could earlier this afternoon, and he just mistimed it and got near the bottom of the bat, and he perished. Same with Shepherd. Took it on. Bowled, a lot slower. Slower through the air, and it never arrived. So 10 off the 8th. Clickety-click, 66 for 2 now.
A late push from Andres Gos, starting to accelerate the freedom back onto that blue line. Put him into position to chase down 188. It's Rushil Agarkar who's got the ball in hand. Just looking to break this partnership. 53 it was worth, now 55. Just off 35 deliveries. When you look at pace bowling in the power play, especially for MI New York, just look at the consistency. Operating back of a length, and then the odd one just a touch fuller. Those are the dot balls. They're able to pile those up. Building pressure, able to capitalize with 2 wickets. And this is what Agarkar does as well. He's someone who will go pace off. Change-ups, cutters. Wow, that was 2 runs, a leading edge. On another day, that goes to hand. And that's the key.
I love watching the growth of young players in a tournament particularly, and Rushil Agarkar is one of those where as time has gone along you get the morsels of opportunities and then they grow into an opportunity itself, and sometimes you're thrust into a situation and that can allow you to grow because of the outcome of that, because of confidence. And it isn't necessarily a success in the situation, although for him that's what it was. It can be being at the receiving end in that situation and then going away and coming back with an understanding of the difficulty of things, and you might even apply the so what? What's the worst that can happen scenario because you face that, right?
And I think the big thing that Agarkar took away from that final, and something that he's carried with him, was just the calmness of the moment. Just telling me how he wears his smartwatch when he's out there playing. His heart rate never spiked during that final over. He never really got up. He said the highest my heart rate went up was when I took Russian Ravindra's wicket a couple overs earlier. But in that final over, you can check it. It was all steady.
Ice in the veins. Yeah, and it's reference points. So important.
It's a good return for Ugarkar. Just gives up 8 runs from it. 9 overs gone. It's 74 for 2. Just some cloud cover for a moment, a brief moment, some relief from the sun that we've seen here in Grand Prairie. That's been baking down on this contest that is really even at this point. Nine overs in, same number of wickets lost. Just a couple more runs for the Washington Freedom. And that's why it's for Mario Shepard who has the ball. It's been a real tournament for him with the ball in hand. In particular, he's been quite productive and incredibly economical.
And it's been that delivery. Managed to get the ball to reverse. Look at the couple of wickets that they've managed to take. One for Shakib, one for Bolt. Catching very good. To Wajit. Rate required, just climbing.
This should help that. Just picked up and helped on its way into the onside from Rachin Ravindra.
A lovely shot. Yeah, blessed with the gift of timing. Rachin Ravindra, so wonderful to watch when he bats. Yeah, look at that full flow of the blade. Good catch, well done. We'll remember the day.
More impressive so, Palmy, he's taking this catch. Because of the humidity, his hands will be sweating. I reckon that's a Cognizant clutch catch if there ever was one, Palmy.
Smile. Come on, you can. Come on.
Ice in his veins, Palmy, no reaction.
Easy as he likes, does it every day. Yeah, I was just saying that the rate's going up, but they kind of have it under control. This partnership of 69 from 44 is going well, but it's also taking the same sort of form as we've seen with many an innings. And said this in the first innings when MI New York were going along, that you get halfway into the innings and then it kind of seems to change, lose a wicket there and then kind of find your way to 15, 16 overs. And then it's from there that things get particularly interesting.
And so especially when the wickets fall, we've seen it really throughout our second leg here in Grand Prairie, whether it was the Seattle Orcas who needed just 30-odd runs from 25 deliveries, partnership broken, they failed to do it. Just yesterday as well, same kind of situation with both games.
And teams don't seem to be able to get sufficiently in front of the game for it all not to matter at the back end.
Just finds Ihsan Adil at fine leg. Will feel as if he's missed out. Rachin Ravindra, 10 overs gone. It's 83 for 2 as the players will take a drink. Both openers out again at the 10 over stage, but a partnership brewing between Rachin Ravindra and Andres Kraus. Each into the 30s. And I tell you what, Anika Kolan, she's out and about. She's somewhere down there. Where are you at, Anika?
Aman, I don't know if you remember, but back in Pomona, when both of us were on the comms, Nick Hill said a little bit of a science lesson and said he took us to school. So here I am in the Grand Prairie to recreate one of those science lessons. Earlier, now we're at the 10th over, but early on in the day, it was absolutely beating down the heat here in the Grand Prairie. And something about the North American region is that before any type of rain forecast decides to come in, it usually gets hotter. Now the lights have just come on, it's getting a bit more light here and there. It's not as hot, but the reason why I'm deciding to give you this lesson is because right next to me, we have some tarps. Just in case that the rain decides to come on, our handy groundsmen are just gonna run over into the ground and protect that middle square that the batters are playing on right now. Also, wanted to talk about how this relates to cricket conditions. Trent Boult, if you reckon, one of the 2 wickets that MI has taken so far was out of Trent Boult's hand, and that is because when the overcast conditions decide to come in a little bit, the seamers are really, really excited and they can get a little bit more swing into that, which could be a factor for why Trent Boult has taken his wicket. So that's all I got for a science lesson with Anika, and I hope you guys learned something. Back to you, Aman.
Always learning, Anika, always learning. Yeah, we talk about warming up before the rainfall. I've definitely felt that. Southeastern region of the U.S. gets the most rain, and that's where I reside. Most rain anywhere in the country.
Carolina. Oh, Carolina.
Need plenty of those, some refreshments with drinks and with the food as well. Trying to just get back what you've lost in sweat. So important as you head to the last phase of this chase. Sun just trying to peek through those clouds. A great sporting quote here in Texas. Jerry Jones built the Cowboy Stadium, left there a slit at the top, and he said this is how God is going to watch football, and maybe God's trying to peer in to watch some cricket at Grand Prairie.
I'm told, actually, now that you bring it up, we're just discussing that with a couple of mates at breakfast, brunch, about the Cowboy Stadium and the fact that the light does peer in and that it causes much consternation and is a subject of conversation season after season after season.
Yeah, there's countless quotes and there's countless clips, actually. They're quite funny. Ball gets thrown, receiver hasn't even looked up because I got nothing, I can't see it. It's gone straight into the lights. Luckily, no such issues at Grand Prairie. Maybe when the sun sets slightly.
Yeah, without the cloud cover, we've been talking about the eastern side and fielders making sure they've got their caps on and wearing their sunnies, because when the ball comes to them from the western side, they've got to have their wits about them, position themselves correctly, and have all of that in terms of glasses to take the catch.
Shakib Al-Hassan has been productive with the ball today. He's got that 1 wicket to his name. Never easy when the left arm spinner is operating to the left-hander. You have to be particularly sharp because the advantage on paper would lead to the left-handed batter. So he's trying to do this and hide it away from Rachin Ravindra. He's got that sweeper cover in place, just didn't quite carry.
Again, what I think we ought to pay attention to, see the equation there, it's going towards 11. And even though this partnership, 74 from 50, is a good one, I don't think that Nicholas Pooran is feeling that they're getting away from him. However, he still feels there'll be an importance with regard to the breaking of this partnership.
In the gap, and will find 4. It's anguish for Hassan.
Yeah, every so often they need to address that issue of the run rate, of the scoreboard pressure. And if they get a freebie with both men set, well, they're just going to pump it into the gap. Look at that. So well hit by Jos. Away it goes for 4.
Finds a way to get a single after the boundary. 9 runs come from 11. It's 92 for 2.
Yeah, who gets him the wicket? That's what he's thinking here as he tries to work out how he can get ahead of this and make sure at that rate required, which is 10.5, between 10.5 and 11, can jump even higher with a new batter coming in, and it'll shift the game towards them. MI New York.
Remember, no Corbin Bosch available for MI New York today. He's gone off, they say, due to injury. So they brought in Ihsan Adil. They've got to try to make up the overs. He was so special this tournament with his raw pace. Oh, as straight as you like. It won't be 4, but you love a straight drive. One of the most classic shots in all of cricket.
Yeah, nicely bowled. Probably didn't quite get in there as much as he'd have liked. A little bit full, but top work in the deep. Pollard a long way from up there, combining with his countryman Nicholas Pooran to keep it to just 2 rather than 4.
Again, similar regions. Again to Kyron Pollard. You talk about that rate, Tommy. Washington have been in a situation where they needed 100 from the final 10 multiple times, 5 times in fact, and they've won twice. That's better than anyone else in Major League Cricket. So while the ratio isn't great, they would have that confidence behind them.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Watch his head. Watching, watching, watching. It's back at him very quickly. Reacts, but the hand doesn't go quite in the right places. Fortunately, it doesn't take the digit with it.
Shift in the field. Fine leg fielder has moved and added another member to that 3rd region. This time he's got his hands and mitts all over it.
And that's nice as an illustration of how much slower that is, because it hits the ground before it comes to him, and the other one which comes to him in the air. Look here, can even get both hands in. You see that he's waiting for it there as he puts his hands up, and it doesn't quite arrive, and he can go to it.
Talk about the raw pace of Corbin Bosch. Shepherd has been the opposite. It's been the change-ups, like you said. He's done this with a little bit of reverse, but when we see the maidens that he's bowled this season, it's come all from just the rolling the fingers over the ball and having those subtle variations in it.
Yeah, an important player, and sometimes I guess does a job in teams that's thankless. Sometimes criticized quite a bit. Just a single. He'll have an opportunity some of the time. Today distraught because he gets one in the middle of the pitch and picks out the man in the deep. And normally with bat will come in 2, 3 boundaries, and it doesn't seem substantial, but you face 5 balls and get 12 or more than that, it makes a difference to team scores. And then he'll often bowl the final over or 2 here or there, get 1 wicket somewhere, and it can change things. Not easily noticeable.
That's the best of the lots. No fielder's going to be able to keep that one from the rope. And Ravindra ruins what was a great over brewing for MI New York. We'll check if it's 4 or 6 here. Yep, looks like that will be 4. We'll wait the official confirmation, but that'll close over number 12. And it is confirmation. 4 runs to close over 12, 101 for 2.
Oh, the Statos are excited because so are these two. Well, Stephen Fleming's not because they're done and dusted. We'll come back to this graphic. Bolt is back. He's bowled a couple, got a wicket as well as Trent Bolt. Yeah, so to avoid the eliminator, because if you lose the eliminator, you're done, you're gone. So New York need a win, and they need the Knight Riders to lose to the Super Kings. Now, Super Kings can play spoilers for sure. Washington need to win, and the Knight Riders need to lose to that. So that's again a bit like the above. And the Knight Riders, they need to win, and neither need New York nor Freedom to lose heavily. So a couple of little permutations there. Up and over. Lovely stroke for 1, and that's why there's protection right there, because House is so good in that region. It's one of his go-tos. Yet the mini points table, 12 points to the Unicorns, good. And then you've got these gentlemen here right now on 10, Freedom, up against New York. So it's 3 and 4 playing. One more game there for Stephen Fleming's Texas Super Kings to play spoilers. Get up and win the game. Oh dear, big change of pace. 2 Kiwis locking horns, and Robin Nutapa alongside. I imagine too, you got nothing on it for Texas Super Kings. Hard to get yourself up for it.
Yeah, there's not much left, but at least play for pride. Brings up his 50 here. Checking if it's one bouncer in the over. These two have stitched up a 93-run partnership in 61 deliveries. That was a hit-me delivery. And put it away comfortably. Russian Ravindra. Oh, how he managed to get batter on that is news for us as well. Wow. Just got an edge on that. I think the inside edge on that ball. There was pace on the stumps. Inside half of the bat, whipped away. Not a power there. Funnily enough, the wind's changed. The direction of the wind has changed. Wow, have a look at that, Daniel.
Yeah, saw Ethel there, the far end. Ethel, the big South African fella. It does just gust and swirl a little bit, so it really has picked up. Oh yeah, and he's looking at the heavens here, Ravindra. Out the back, I'm looking at the heavens. It's looking very ominous. But look at them now. It has swirled around the breeze. Good luck, chaps. Strap yourselves in.
Get some ankle weights, guys.
And everything else. Oh, thrashed up and over. This has turned out to be a big over. Good for the Freedom. 15 off it. It's 116 for 2 here. thanks to this century stand now between Ravindra and House, that Red Worm is just flying up rather nicely. They still need 10.3 and over, but given that these two are in and set, Ravindra 60, House 44, and now with House on strike, he's actually hitting more and more with the breeze. It's gone right across him. Oh, Thatcher! Cabin crew, you strap in. We've got liftoff.
Woo! A liftoff indeed. And brings House's 50. He was hitting with the wind this time. The wind's changed. And brings up his 50 of just 38 deliveries. He's ready to go. The cutter. Bang, she went.
Yeah, well done, Andres House. And again, he wants to end it early. Back-to-back sixes, thinking about all the lightning and rain that could be coming. And so House is now 56. He's striking at 144.
He's striking lightning bolts here. This is just a hit-me delivery. Off cutter again. Off cutter to a batter in good form while he's hitting with the wind. That is asking for trouble.
Such a beautiful time with the cricket ball. House often opens. Not in this setup here because you've got Smith and Owen. And incredible how the wind is just whipped up. And we've got quite stormy conditions coming past Grand Prairie. He had to wait, well bowled. No pace on that. And it's back over to you, Ratchin, who's just been off strike in the last few, but he's striking at 207. He's hit 5 fours and 2 maximums himself here, the Kiwi left-hander. So let's see what he's got. Robin, I'm just looking out behind the stadium and that, on that side there. That's on that western terrace side. Yeah, great pictures that. Look at that. Wouldn't want to be in that plane with a bit of lightning come zipping past.
How beautiful is that sight? So nice.
Looks like the gods streaming through, doesn't it? Oh, please. Oh, not quite enough. That's Nicky P. He's not the tallest going around, but he plucks it out of thin air. Ratchin Ravindra can't believe it. He's saying, look at the breeze as well.
He'll be upset with himself, Rachin Ravindra, because he was hitting the ball so well. He just chipped this ball off cutter. Didn't bother hitting through the line. And he hit with the wind. Very good catch from Nicky P. But 5% more effort, that would have gone for 6. Yeah, he goes after a scintillating 60, showing us how hard the wind is. And 60 of just 30 deliveries, 129 for 3 now.
Dorcius is in now. And he's had quite a nice time of late, Ben Dorcius, in Cognizant MLC in season 4. Yeah, it was a great pluck. You mentioned that he has often been a wicket keeper with the gloves on in terms of playing white ball cricket. Nicky P. Look how he gets airborne here and times his jump to perfection. So he's not the tallest. He's not like Kyron Pollard, who's 6'4" or 5. Yeah, everyone was shocked about that. There's a little chip shot here, and just keep the strike. Smart batting and says, hold on, Benny. I've got this, says Andres House. So 15 from the 14th, that's 131 for 3. Nothing from the openers, Owen and Smith. It's all been Ravindra and House who'd put on just over 100. So now Ben Dorcius, who's in good touch, he's coming up 5. So he's made a little promotion in the innings, up the order. Yeah, dark and gloomy. Watch out. They're trying to get off the park as soon as possible and win this the freedom.
Yeah, this is where it's going to get interesting here, Daniel, because when a wicket falls at this phase in the game, teams have often found it difficult to come back. So Andres House's wicket's going to be crucial for MI New York.
Yeah, and the asking is just under 10 still. So it's not a matter of done and dusted here. And I want to look at the comparisons. Very tight, 136 for 3, New York. It's neck and neck practically, and the freedom are 132 for 3. So just shows you their back end, those important striking hits. When you see what Shakib got, that 18 from 13. You look at that, and poor on you got that 86. But look at the humidity here. Just feel it in the air a bit, can't you? That storm coming. The breeze swinging around. Pollard. That slow tennis ball one into the surface. You can hear the call, no, because House has got the strike back and he is going some.
Yeah, he will have to. But this time, even though he's on the smaller side, he'll be hitting it well against the wind. And the field has been set for the fielders that are standing with the wind. So
no, once again the byplay, where if the batter goes and does that, he doesn't bowl it, Colin. I'll tell you what, now this will be interesting because I've seen these two at it. As Pollard gets into his delivery stride with his next delivery, let's see if House just pulls out the way, just to annoy Pollard. Here we go.
Don't think he has the time.
Yeah, I think the weather's against House and a bit of byplay. Looking here, looking careful. The throws coming in, everyone on their toes. But he goes into the 60s now. That's what Ravindra got. Ravindra was striking at 200. 5 4s and 2 6s, Rachin Ravindra, for his 60. House is, he's dealt more in maximums. He's hit 4 6s and only 2 4s, but it's Dorcius on strike now to see if he can unleash the left-hander. You can see why he's been promoted, not only for his form and his striking, but he's a lefty as well to replace Rachin Ravindra. Well watched and well bowled. Can only deal in singles at the moment, so this is very good from Pollard.
Yeah, very, very good from Pollard, actually. He's clever about the way he's bowling. Is the BTEX leading run scorer chart. Pretorius right on top, 447 runs. And Owen, who's missed out in the last couple of games, is still right up there. Short, jumping in there as well. I think he's the only batter there without a 50, Matt Short.
See, naughty. Bowled. Once again, just a single. This over's been superb. Yeah, and the asking goes up to 10.05. And the Remitly leading wicket takers, the bowlers, well, those in green are no longer taking part in the playoffs. So Matt Short can add to it, and certainly Dre Russell with all that muscle. He's got 16 wickets. He could climb up. There he is. The tank top on as ever. Bristling and bulging. He's been to the gym, you better believe it. Stop it, Pommy. Thinking it too. Is a little tap in there. Are they? Are they? Oh, hustle. Poor run. He says no. He's no one backing up. He's furious as the captain. With that 15, only 7 off that over. It's 138 for 3. Yeah, he wanted to unleash with a throw, but no one was really backing up enough. He's already thrown a 5, isn't he? Captain, Nicky P. Earlier on in the innings. Went to the boundary and cost 5. It's got very, very dark here at Grand Prairie, north side of Dallas, Texas. This man has looked the goods, and the timing and it just looks so effortless at times.
Yeah, he's been in some really good form. I think the onus on himself. Played some delightful shots. Hammered it. It's great to watch.
Romario Shepherd, he's missed his Yorker, but House certainly hasn't missed this full P. Can we have our ball back, please? Air miles for sure.
Setting up like a SpaceX rocket there. I think the biggest 6 that was hit today was 315 feet, but this could be more. No, just not. More height than distance.
Come on, graphics, that's lies. That's got to be more than 315. What's going on down there? But tell you what, it sounded great off the willow. Oh. So now, 2 West Indians in conference. Trent Bolt being a busy fellow. Good on him with the fans. So Nicky P just having a quiet word to one of his star all-rounders, Romario Shepherd. He's a challenge on here because he's into a bit of a stiff breeze here, a strapping man from Guyana. Here he comes round. Oh, and he's missed his Yorker again. That'll race away for 4 more. Tough start to the over for Shepherd. Gone for 10 already.
Dano, I almost think that it would be a good idea for them to actually get them to head towards the smaller side, because the wind is so, it's not a breeze anymore. It's a gusting wind at the moment. And right now they still set the field to the larger side that goes with the wind. And he's hitting that area so well, so you've got to force him to play against the wind, even though he'll be hitting to the smaller side.
What about one of the great songs of all time, Against the Wind by Robbie? Come on.
Sorry, I wouldn't know.
Bob Seger. The silver bullet band. This has been hit like a silver bullet as well. Wow, some timing here from House. He's into the 70s.
Yeah, again, in his arc. When it's in his arc, it's obviously going to hit it out of the park. You got to go wide Yorkers to him. Yeah, boundary that. But he's hitting the ball so well. They got to come up with another plan here for sure.
Yeah, just confirming, it was indeed a 4, not a 6. It was a flat one though. So he's decided to come back over the wicket here, Mario Shepherd. He's gone for 14 already. Oh, you know it. That has been fatted comprehensively by Andres House. Yeah,
now it's just reactive bowling. So, in his mind, perhaps almost giving up. Is at the mercy of Andreas House now. Off gutter with the wind. Oh my gosh. If there was ever a hit me ball, that was it. There you go. 308 feet 6, that one.
While we're waiting for our ball back, please, I've got one of the great stats of this season. The Seattle Orcas, who are Gonski, they're done. They're not playing in the playoffs. Despite their elimination yesterday, they've scored the most runs, most runs in aggregate, 17-26, and taken the most wickets. What the heck is going on? They've got most runs in the aggregate of teams and most wickets, 79 of them, in the Cognizant MLC of 2026, and they're not going to make the playoffs. They're not. They're done. Crazy, this game, isn't it? Hashtag ridiculous. Well, this has gone for 20 this over from Romario Shepherd, and there's still 2 balls to go. 30 from 26 now. Oh, toe of the bat. He's hitting it anywhere and everywhere. And any means is house.
Yeah, we're talking about the wind here. And Dano, just have a look at this. That is it. 13 miles per hour wind speed right across the ground.
Yeah, it's quite a swap around too. It normally comes from that river end. Now it's coming a bit more from the racecourse behind our right shoulders as we speak. So if he gets one over extra cover on the offside, he'll be hitting with the wind here, Ben Dorcius. Last ball of the 16th. And a little whippage. But there is a man there. 22 off the 16th. It's 160 for 3 now.
What a surge in that final over. 22 runs came off the bowling of Romario Shepherd, remarkably having been so economical all season, has 3 overs, none for 40. And Andres Geus is hunting down what could be a career best in MLC for him. Freedom need 28 to win off the last 4 overs. Here comes Trent Bolt and cleans him up. He's got him. Subtle change of pace, potentially some kind of a roll of the fingers over the ball. Got it full and fast and good enough for Dorcius.
Beautiful bowling. Looking for the Yorker, holds it cross seam, bit of grip on it, and he is not in time to get the bat down. Gone for 6. Freedom 160 for 4.
Here comes Nikhil Chowdhury at 6. Someone just has to find a bit of support for Andreas Geus, who's doing it so well himself. The other end played beautifully. Clever bowling this from Bolt, as you rightly said, Pommy. Cross-seamer, got it full and underneath the bats, and well, the stumps went kablamo. There were poles everywhere. Still no sign of Glenn Maxwell. Brought into the side today, bowled reasonably effectively in that first innings, but struggles with the bat. 0-7-0, his 3 scores, still not out there.
A swirling with the wind. It's gusting and swirling. Clouds overhead, and tough for fielders out there if it goes up. So look at Jos. Anything short absolutely pounces on it. He's looking for exactly that. They're too full as well, easy enough for him. Powerful striker. Good batter for the USA. Think back to that 2024 T20 World Cup and he did well.
More codology from Trent Ball to just explaining to Gregory Brathwaite as to how good that piece of bowling was. No interest in the review. Yeah, he's a real talent, isn't he, Andres Gous? He does have 2 career hundreds, one for USA against Namibia, and then in Windhoek, and then the one for the Desert Vipers in the ILT 20. This now, though, is his career best. He's got to 80 a couple of times before in Cognizant MLC, but for this competition, best he's ever made, 83 off 50. How he'd love to be there at the end to give the Freedom a real chance of a top 2 spots and 2 chances at the grand final. Good over from Bolt. He'll come round the wicket now. Chowdhury does enough to get Gous back onto strike.
Natural swing off that bat. Take some to the leg side, but he does look to go straight. So drag in some, they'll go over long on, mid on, deep mid wicket. Hits them big.
Clever batting from Gous, but a very good over to round out Bolt's day. He'll finish with 2 for 33. It's 164 for 4. Confirmation of that career best now. To the 80s 2 other times. How he'd love to kick on, get that red ink at the end, and be there when it matters. A bit of a change in plan. Initially it was going to be a Garker, but now it'll be Isan Adil. Just see the 2 sides there, Pommy, coming in, watching the action, just standing there with them for a few moments, and usually you'd feel the brute force of that wind coming into your face, coming down at you. It's the absolute inverse now. So the overs from this end, from the river end, are the ones where Gous will swing into that favoured arc of his, into that favoured zone, and get the benefit of the wind blowing behind him. You can see the way it's buffeting Isan Adil's shirt there. He's going to bowl basically straight into a gale wind here. Oh, not the right line, and just helped around the corner, put down in the crowd, but another maximum for Gous, and he's into the 90s for the first time at Cognizant MLC.
Can't afford to be straight. Not at all. Not with that man up in the circle as well, and not to a player who's in the 80s. Big job here for Isan Adil. And for 25 now, with that first ball having been bowled, and all very tight. Just 18 from 17. Gous is the key, and they must have him out if they're to have any chance of defending that 187. And it starts with a clear plan and decent execution. Where do you want to bowl, so that the skipper can set the field accordingly? Final leg's gone back, and fielders are leg side, but that's going to be difficult to defend with the wind going in that direction.
Oh, that is so pure. Stand and deliver into his favoured zone, into his arc, and out of the park.
Yeah, wrong plan. It really is the wrong plan. The wind's blowing in that direction, so Jose, who's in, will take every single one on. And he's not going to try and keep it down either. Yep, correct. Sixer. Just the 12 required from 16. Smiles is on 96 as well, so imminent.
Not going to get there because Kyron Pollard simply does not drop catches. Looking for a boundary to make it a first. MLC 100. House is crestfallen. He can't quite believe it. Chowdhury comes to congratulate him. He's done everything but get them over the line. We've witnessed a stunning innings, but it won't end in the way he wanted with a first ever ton here.
He'll be applauded off. Many of his lusty blows have meant that they're on the brink. Yeah, good catch. Yeah, upset with himself because he's gone against the plan. He's fought the conditions there, hitting into the wind on that side. Would have been better served dragging it. So close and yet so far. He's gone for 96. The freedom, 176 for 5.
Here comes Glenn Maxwell, the big show himself. Can this just get his season going with the bat? 12 required to win. 2 big blows could do it. And he starts immediately with a boundary. Just helps it away. Manan Patel can't cut it off as the freedom edge further nearer into a potential chance at a top 2 spot.
A nice start for Glenn Maxwell. The field kind of told him where that was going to be, short into the pitch, and he just had to place it. Decent contact. Yeah, a few of the reactions are saying we do have laundry allowance and we're trying to win the game here. Gotta go, surely. Mid-on's gone back to long on now, so deep backward square and fine leg.
Comes off the top edge, no timing at all, but Maxwell will hustle because he's so quick to get back for 2, and Manan Patel again, the ball following him somewhat. Just 6 away now. He was so close, Pommy. He was within touching distance of a first MLC ton.
It hits the bottom of the bat, actually, in the end. But he's fighting the elements with the ball in that direction. Have a look at the dugout. Yeah, all of them are heartbroken for him. He's done most of the job.
We'll have to re-bowl that. Yeah, 5 Centurions this season. All of them have come at this ground. Faf du Plessis, Kyron Pollard off the very final ball that he could get there with. Lehandre Pretorius, the tournament's leading run scorer. Tim Seifert. And then that remarkable innings of 155 from Mitchell Owen. He could have become the 6th Centurion of the season if that had gone to the boundary. And just an interesting note that all of them would have come here.
Yeah, it matters less than the fact that he's played a good innings and got the team into a winning position. Yeah, bouncing over. What he'd have wanted more was just to finish the game and not leave it to someone else. Because the skipper has a review, he'd probably want to just use it just in case. Yep, he has requested it.
Leslie to Ajay, we've got a player review for LBW. The original decision is not out. It's a fair delivery. Can you move on to front on, please? Here comes front on. Take it back. Forward. 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 There appears to be a gap between bat and ball, but can I have ultra edge to confirm? Forward. Flat line on ultra edge. Gap on the left hand side. There's no bat involved. Can you move on to ball tracking when available? Original decision is not out. Pitching outside off. Impact in line. Wickets missing. The review is lost. Can you go back on field to Rashane? Rashane, you can stay with your original not out decision. You're on screen. Make your signal.
Good decision. 183 for 5. And they will lose that review. Here's Agarkar. It's been an impressive chase, Pommy. They've gone about it really well. That partnership for the 3rd wicket there, under some pressure when they came together. 13 for 2, but they put on 116 real strokes of class and elegance from Khaus and Rachin Ravindra. I think a few here thought that Maxwell might try to end it in one blow, but...
Speak for yourself. Come on. Have the courage of your convictions.
Always do, Pom.
Come on, then.
Yeah, I think clever batting, though, because he's hitting into the wind. Just happy to nudge it for 2, and he might try to do the same here. Garden Pollard down at long on. Needs to turn around. Helped around the corner, and that will be that, completing a 5-wicket victory. The Freedom have outplayed MI New York despite Nicholas Pooran's excellence in the first innings. 2 cracking efforts with the bat from Andreas Khaus with a career best 96, and Rachin Ravindra with such a stylish and elegant 60 give the Freedom hope of a top 2 spot. It's not confirmed, but one thing is, and that's that MI New York will be heading to the 3rd v 4th game, and they will again, just like last year, have to stay perfect in the playoffs when we head to postseason in Oakland.
They're all about the Freedom here, and they've done particularly well, bucking the trend of teams getting to the back end and collapsing, capitulating. The last 30 balls for them, 61 for 3, and staying ahead of the chase at a time where the rate went up and went towards 11. Khaus was able to address that despite losing his partner, and ends up on the winning side. Yes, a milestone he might have got, but as I said before, not important, not as important as the fact that he managed to get the side just about home. They win an important victory, because as you go into the playoffs, you'd like your side to be playing well, and the Freedom are looking good.
And just the confirmation with that points table you just saw as well, Pom, that if the Knight Riders take any kind of win, they'll move into the top 2 because of those net run rates being where they're at. Here's the winning moment. There's that cutter into the surface, and that'll do Glenn Maxwell the world of good. It might be just 12 not out off 5 deliveries, but ahead of the bigger challenges ahead, delight. James Hope's there, shaking the hand of Andreas Khaus. Ricky Ponting has worn a worried look at points during this season. which the Freedom fans will not have been accustomed to, but they have got there, not just into the playoffs. They may well have 2 chances to go to that grand final, depending upon what happens this evening. Always love those moments, what the game is all about. Camaraderie, friendship and brotherhood, the brethren there, whether it's players or umpires or coaches, all sharing a moment. So the Freedom have actually done it quite comfortably in the end, with 9 deliveries to spare. House, the star of the show, no doubt about that. But let's get down pitch side now for some immediate reaction, firstly, from Nikhil Uttamchandani.
Nicholas, tough luck today. Obviously, reflecting on the entire game, which would you weight more to the loss, batting or bowling aspect of things?
First of all, I'm going to Jesus all praise and thanks. I'm not going to blame the batsmen or the bowlers. I felt like 185 was a really good score on our total. We got off to a really good start in the power play there when it comes to the bowling. Felt like Rachin and Gausi played really well there. Obviously, the wind changed direction on us a bit, so obviously that was a bit tough. I think we didn't have the right plans there. We didn't know what to do, to be honest. Instead, that Gausi did take his chance and took the game away from us in that 2 overs. So well played to him.
Your personal form, how did you feel out there batting?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm happy to get some runs. Obviously, it's tough to lose the game, but it's a nice feeling going into the playoff.
Back in that eliminator where you won from last year, any early plans or thoughts?
No. Obviously, we strive in playoffs and we're looking forward to that opportunity in San Fran, regardless of who we play.
See you there. Thank you.
They will be safely on that plane to Oakland, no doubt about that, but they'll have to be perfect yet again. It's the bowling effort, led as always by Trent Bolt. How often do we say that? And a wicket apiece for Shakib Al Hassan. Ishan Adil, who was given the SOS and placed straight into the 11 and 1-2 for Rushila Garkar, although he was a bit expensive today, as was Shepherd. There's the confirmation that the Freedom have taken that win by 5 wickets and given themselves a real chance of finishing in the top 2. Very, very impressive from Steve Smith and Ricky Ponting's men, all thanks to Andreas House. Here's a look at the best of the second innings, and despite that 1 big 6 from Mitchell Owen, he was dismissed right away after that by Shakib Al Hassan. Pollard doing what he does at long on. Steve Smith then picked out Kunwarjeet in the deep. But everything from here will be all about this fantastic 3rd wicket partnership between 2 highly talented and very stylish cricketers.